Hello.
Hello.
Here we are.
No, my chair still squeaks.
Yes,
Despite...
we tried our best, and it still squeaks. So hold on, catching up with chat. Okay, so first, if your Twitch shows us online after 1 minute 50. Well, I suspect it might be because when I pressed the pre-roll button, stream froze briefly, so I wonder if that caused a problem for Twitch. I don't know. Nothing of value was lost.
No. Yeah. Maybe.
Well, I'm sure we'll get plenty of fun zeeks today.
Yes.
And, oh no. 1 second. I forgot to plug in one of my devices.
Uh-oh, do you need me to do it?
No, I can do it.
No, you got. Okay.
So if everything breaks, then we know why.
Yes.
Wait, one of these I don't need.
Oh,
anyway, it's going really well for us, as you can tell today. Everything is running really well. Earlier when I turned the PC on, the sound wasn't coming through. So there we go. Sorry that we all get to hear the beautiful Windows ping noises. My favourite. So let's see if the game still runs. No! Of course it doesn't. Oh, we can...
Well, we already get this?
Yeah, we get this already.
Here I am.
It literally claims that I just disconnected the...
It's probably because you just gently touched it.
Yeah. With
your breath.
So I'm just gonna...
That's how that
I'm gonna
goes.
do the classic if you try turning it on and off again. Oh my god!
Oh my goodness!
Mr.
Hello!
Herlock Sholmes himself!
It's an honour, Mr. Herlock.
In the meanwhile, I'm just gonna try and get this to work. Please work. Oh no! What is it today? Everything is just breaking on me. Oh. Yeah. Okay. Is it gonna work? It's gonna work.
I hope the caffeine's worn off.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, enjoy your dinner, Dio.
Oh! A good dinner.
Huzzah, it worked. Let's go.
D-Shoms. Yeah, sorry.
Oh yeah, all we've missed is it panning
to
this
I accidentally...
small box.
Yeah.
Because when we loaded up the game, it just instantly played. As far as I could tell, I wasn't in the room. I just heard you doing a swear.
Our high quality capture card seems to be finicky today, so it probably will disconnect a couple of times. Just so we're all aware. Yippee indeed.
Okay. Well, that's your line.
Yes.
Are we ready to...
What? Oh, this is the box.
This is the small box.
Looking at it.
Yeah, no, this is the small box in question.
Yeah.
Of legend. Yeah, like this is describing it as a small box is a bit.
It doesn't really look like a box even.
But it does have the kind of shape that I might expect a small disc to go in potentially.
Yeah, it does. So this is the article in question.
Tell them they're the perfect size and shape to fit.
Oh,
that's distressing.
Or do you think like when you put the disc in, there's a little set of teeth that goes like chattery, and then McGilda's voice comes out.
Yeah, I don't like that. I want you to leave. It's just the box he kept his dentures in. That's literally all there is to it. No, it's fine. I was gonna be like, yeah, those are my teeth, and then he's gonna put them in his mouth just to prove it. Look, they're the fat. Nah. Thank you for your contribution. You're appreciated and loved.
The small box deposited with the pawnbroker by Mr. McGilda 2 months ago. I can't stop laughing.
It's gone
anyway,
well
small box deposited. And on the night of Mr. Winterbanks' murder, the only item on the shelves that was touched by whoever broke into the shop.
Quick! Let's open it and see what's inside.
Teeth.
I don't know what it is, but it's a music box player.
Yeah.
Yeehaw! It's a CD player. We just picked up his Discman.
Yeah. Not gonna lie, I was seconds away from saying cock and balls. Like, good gracious, this is no ordinary box, it seems.
You always take the piss out of me when I say that.
Yeah. Wow, although, in truth, I had an inkling that might be the case.
It would appear that the box houses a miniature music box movement.
I am very surprised.
What could it be?
Then, Is it too much to expect?
I think it would be reasonable to assume that it is a device for the playback of this disc, my lord.
I still kind of want to know where the caramel version of this disc comes into play, though. It's still living rent-free in my brain. Maybe nothing will come of it. But...
candy version.
Yeah, because So here we have the means to play back Mr. McGilded's disc, deposited at Winterbine's at much the same time.
Not strictly correct, my lord. It was not McGilded's disc.
Oh.
It was the disc of his victim in the omnibus.
Omnibus match.
The boxer disc is going to be set on fire. It's true.
Oh my god. Yeah. But why, for heaven's sake? Are we to understand that the brickmaker was trying to sell this music box disc to Mr. McGilded? I believe the answer will become clear if we listen to the music on the disc, my lord. Yes, very well.
I just adore it when he puts his hand up.
Yeah, no, like he's a little schoolboy and
please, sir. I mean, I know that's the point, but...
Let the court now listen to this curious disc at last.
Wait, my lord!
He just doesn't sound like that in my brain anyway. Good grief! What is the meaning of this, Inspector? He was screaming hold it, but he sounded way too high voiced.
Okay. The music box and the disc are, well, they're unrelated to the case. No need to spoil the somber atmosphere in a courtroom with some silly bit of music.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not music, is it? It's going to be like state secrets.
Exactly. This disc may very well have motivated the culprit in this case to commit murder. Clearly, there's every chance that it's fundamentally important to understanding what happened.
The prosecution has no objection.
Yay!
But no! That piece of evidence is police property.
I don't
Rude!
do this.
Clearly, Scotland Yard has some vested interest here. But it is policy of this prosecutor to leave no avenues unexplored.
Mm-hmm.
And you, Inspector, have no jurisdiction here to prevent that from happening.
Oh no, his chippies!
Guard.
No further delays, please. Play the disc. Yeah, I'm dying to know what's on this fucking disc. Oh, you can't leave the fucking note on there.
Tweet. What? Cheap. Yeah, you actually can, because the music's actually being picked up from underneath.
No, it is, yeah.
It's not a record player. That would have buggered the record player up, that's for sure.
This is Morse code, isn't it? I refuse to believe. Because also we have the what's her face on the stand, so this is definitely Morse code.
Yeah.
It sounds like Morse code.
Yeah.
What on earth? That's certainly not what I would call music.
See, I want to know if the little dots actually correspond to the sound that was just being made, because that's the kind of.
I think they probably do.
That's the kind of
yeah
questions I have.
Yeah. No, it's just the same note playing over and over again in a regular sequence. Mr. Graydon?
This really is priceless.
Oh no, stop dancing!
Stop it!
Sorry, wiggling.
After all that, the music box is broken.
Oh my god, we're not this simple, are we? Broken? It can't be, can it?
Well, obviously. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised.
Of course he knows, he works literally.
Yeah, I know, right? If the officer sent to fetch it didn't drop it on the way back to the courtroom.
Well, with much regret, I feel the court must accept that this music box offers little in the way of clues. Van Zieks, you...
Yeah,
please
you've
tell me not to
literally
stop.
been in the fucking army, mate. You should understand Morse code, surely. Even a little bit.
Yeah. Are you ready to move on, counsel? Come on. Yes, alright, it does sound as though it's completely broken, but is it? Could the music emanating from the music box possibly be a new clue? Yes, it could be a clue. God, come on. I believe that it could be relevant, my lord. Good lord! But how can it be? It's an abomination, Council! Mere noise! I fail to see how it can have any meaning whatsoever. It does sound strange, I agree, but there's one thing bothering me. While Graydon stands there chortling victoriously, the inspector beside him has a rather telling expression on his face. It's as if Gregson recognizes the sound, as if he's familiar with it somehow, and that's making him appear extremely on edge.
If that's the stance of the defense, my Nipponese friend, answer me this.
Oh.
Just what relevance do you propose this woeful chiming has on this case?
Is the defense's belief that the sound emanating from this music box is broken, an unusual genre of music, or not supposed to be music? There we go.
Yeah, for
not
a second
supposed
I
to be
genuinely
music.
thought he did actually understand it. But no, disappointing, Funseeks, disappointing.
Just because this is a music box, it doesn't necessarily mean that the sound we're hearing are music. Sorry, the sound we are hearing. Yeah, Graydon, we're on to you. Look at that. The smile vanished from Graydon's lips as soon as I said it. I'm on the right lines here. I must be. Yeah, the jury, we can literally...
Yeah.
Stop.
Making deductions based on how people react to what you say. It's just... I mean, you're acting just like Hurley, Runo.
Objection!
The sounds we're hearing aren't necessarily music. Well, now that you've told us what they are not, I'm sure the court would like to hear what they are. Do enlighten us, my Nipponese friend.
Well,
Surely you have an idea in mind. Because if not, it will be the death of your ill-formed argument. Exactly. The music box is clearly broken. Refusing to accept that fact is pure foolishness.
They got me. But I don't know what the answer is yet.
Runo. I've just examined the music box very thoroughly. And I'm fairly certain that it's not broken at all.
Really?
Really. The way it's been made, it can only produce a single note anyway.
Thank you, Iris. Get to listen to it again. Alright, well, if the music box isn't broken, it must mean that the sound it's producing... the sounds it's producing have some significance that isn't musical. There we go with the easy stuff. Yeah, with this one it's like, but
Yeah.
no, but please. Could it be... Is that what these sounds are? Please tell me that...
Something's just struck me, Runo. I feel like recently, in the past few hours even, I've heard another sound very much like the one this music box makes.
At least, yeah. Stop.
Yeah.
Yes, it's a familiar sound. Actually, Iris, I was just thinking exactly the same thing. I'm going to have to press the defense for an answer. If your assertion is that the sound produced by this music box is not in fact music at all, then what the devil is it, counsel?
This part easy. Stop.
All the evidence we've seen so far, all the testimonies we've heard, it's all pointing to one single answer now. Finally, stuff I understand.
The prosecution demands that my learned Nipponese friend presents proof now.
We can do.
Tangible proof of this latest wild speculation.
Alright then. This could be the best chance I'm going to get to fight back in this trial. And if I'm right, it's going to join all the dots together. The evidence that explains the true nature of the sounds on this music box disc is...
Pardon.
Pardon?
What?
Oh, we're gonna do today's newspaper.
I wonder, because what else do we have?
We don't really have anything else. Like, hold on. Cause like this.
Yeah,
that's the.
secrets have been leaked, blah blah blah. But
again, can I not just?
Can I not just say it? Can I not just speak?
Can I not just point at the jury and go like?
Yeah. What else do we have? Nothing really.
Music box.
It's a
bullet. Sorry. Photograph.
Because we have absolutely no proof that it's the state secret thing.
No. Autopsy report. Today's paper. Oh yeah. I'll save.
Yeah. I take it back.
I was like,
well, we know this bit, so this should be easy. Oh no.
Also the fact that like, hey, we know who like the other thing we've heard it in the case before.
Show me your armband. Do not do that.
I legitimately think that is the best bet we have.
Because
what's her face works in.
Yeah, kind of, but
not. I'm gonna present it.
Well, yeah.
Take that. Today's paper council. What? The headline is "Pawnbroker perishes in pig purse plunder. Hardly supportive of your cause." No, my lord. I was hoping you'd look further down the page. Further down. Ministry Mall. Classified secrets may have been leaked overseas from Ministry of Justice. Ah, yes. This is a very serious matter, being investigated at the highest level, I understand.
I have heard that international transmissions along supposedly secure lines are somehow being intercepted and leaked to various other countries.
And presumably those transmissions are in the form of wired telegrams. Sorry.
Of course.
Juror number 5, your input, please.
Stop.
Oh, me, sir? Whatever is the matter?
Oh, wow, you're paying attention to this fucking trial, aren't you?
No, quite.
You told the court before that you worked at the same communication station as Mr. Graydon, did you not?
Yes, that's correct.
And the particular station where you work deals with government communications and newspaper reports?
Oh, yes. We're not your run-of-the-mill communication station at all. Our work is extremely important.
Then tell me, is this not a very familiar sound?
Hmm? You don't mean to say... Is it...
That's right, madam. It bears more than a passing resemblance to the sound made by your telegraph machine as you tap it. I believe it's called Morse code?
But I don't believe it!
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but when it comes to leaking telegrams from government departments, there could be nobody more perfectly placed than a highly skilled communications officer.
Are you suggesting that the music box disc contains stolen government secrets in Morse code?
Who could have seen this coming?
Certainly not I.
Order! Order! Please, everyone, order! But this is high treason, Council! Deserving of capital punishment!
Yeah, and you're playing it out in front of people. Yeah.
I know, right? Like, yeah.
Too much new vocabulary. What is this treason and what is capital punishment?
The sort of words I'd half expect you to know.
Wow.
For a sovereign government's confidential information, hostile nations would surely pay almost any price. Yes, and on that night, 2 months ago, that was the very negotiation that was taking place inside the omnibus.
But in the end, McGilded perished, and the all-important disc lay unclaimed in the pawnbrokery.
My word! In which case, whoever stole that information in the first place must surely have been beside himself with worry. Because if the disc were to be discovered before it found its way out of the country, it would reveal an act of high treason punishable by death. So the culprit had no choice but to retrieve it. And in order to do that, he would have to gain entry to the pawnbrokery illegally in the middle of the night. Because the article left behind by McGilded would incriminate him too much if it got in the wrong hands. Isn't that right, Mr. Graydon?
You think I've been stealing government secrets? Preposterous. Absolutely preposterous.
So, in response to the defense's accusation, you claim complete innocence, do you?
Well, of course I do. I've had to stand here in silence while that pretentious foreign lawyer has been prattling away.
Objection!
Then by all means, counter the charges, sir. The prosecution demands the witness testifies in response to the accusations brought by the defense. Delighted, I'm sure.
The witness is reminded that the crime under scrutiny in this trial is the murder of the pawnbroker, Mr. Windibank. That being a most... What's that word?
I'm not familiar with that word. I'm
flagitious.
going to assume flagitious.
Flagitious,
but
yes.
I am not familiar with that word, which is fun. I don't usually...
Get to know.
I mean,
For which the law of the land sanctions a capital punishment. But the heinous... Now I don't forget what heinous is.
It's heinous.
I know it's
Please don't, like half of the YouTubers that we follow say heinous. And that just makes me want to throw things at the wall. It's heinous. I know that sounds like buttholes, but whatever. Heinous. It's heinous.
Act of high treason is no less serious a crime. I urge you to bear that in mind as you testify, Mr. Graydon.
Yeah. Adjective, formal of a person or their actions. Criminal, villainous.
Huh. Wow.
How exciting! We are learning today, folks! Sorry, carry on.
So then, let us proceed. You may...
Gregson? Oh, what? No?
What?
Whomst? You gotta let us have a rabbit and pork here, Governor! We got things to say!
I beg your pardon? Who do you think you are?
Name's Nash Skulkin. Occupation is professional baddie. You do come back to treason, as we all expected from the start, right? I mean, who else would be so cruel as to kill a poor innocent omnibus in her prime? Name's Ringo Skulkin, but we ain't baddies enough to sell out our motherland. That's right. We're what they call the Free Skulkin Brothers. Bad timing, fellas. Very bad timing.
Graydon's counter.
Graydon may or may not have at least played a large part in Hot Bus Summer. A mere communications officer couldn't possibly steal confidential government information.
That's so fucking easy. Bloody hell.
Oh, allegedly. Besides, the sounds produced by that music box aren't even Morse code. It was some low-class brickmaker negotiating with McGilded anyway, was it not? I've no relation to the man. Look, all we done is break into the gaff the other night, like what he told us to do. If we'd known there was dodgy government secrets involved, we wouldn't have touched it. Oh my god, I didn't even read Hot Boss. I just read Hot Bus. Well, I mean, we don't know how Grayson feels about his boss.
There you go.
Thank you.
Entering Zeke's.
Omnibus on the brain.
Mr. and Mr. Skulkin.
One Mr. will do, Governor. What's up?
Do I take that you now admit to the crime? that on the night in question you did indeed gain entry to the premises illegally? And moreover, you did so as a party of 3, in collaboration with Mr. Graydon here.
We did, Guff, we did. He's gonna fall off his box if he's not careful.
Quieten down, please. What say you to that, Mr. Grayson? Graydon. Graydon!
I have no idea what these 2 ruffians are referring to. You little rotter, getting us mixed up in all this monkey business. You never said nothing about no government secrets. It was supposed to be a straight up job.
And what about the geezer whose shop it was, eh? Poor old bloke didn't have to die, did he?
Ugh.
Nice to know who your friends are.
Whatever these men say, I deny the accusations.
Indeed. Well, I certainly wasn't expecting this little music box to become so significant in the proceedings. However, as it has, I will admit it into the court record as evidence. The small music box has been entered into the court record. The strange music box only appears to be able to play a single tone. It was deposited at Winterbank's 2 days before the black overcoat.
The thing that gets me is that presumably then this box has been custom designed and embellished for this specific purpose, which actually seems not only quite wasteful, but also quite, stupid.
I don't know, maybe it was to make it like less obvious that it was a tool or something. I don't know.
Well, yeah, but like if you're going to try and make it less obvious that it's a tool, you make it able to play other things.
Yeah.
So that it's not like, well, this is a suspicious and weird thing that only plays one note. That's strange.
Yeah.
Surely.
I agree.
And it's not like it was done on the cheap, because it's clearly quite a nice looking little box. Anyway.
Or they just had a box and then they put this thing in there.
That's also true. Maybe.
Graydon's counter.
Music box maker, why the fuck do you want one tone? I'm gonna make it look fancy anyway. I've got my pride! You're right. Mail communications officer couldn't possibly steal confidential government information.
We're gonna press. So, is this newspaper... Sorry, is this newspaper... Is this newspaper headline accurate? I don't know what newspaper. It's suddenly tripping me up, but here we are. Government communications are being intercepted.
How could I possibly know?
I kept trying to say interpected, so you know it's going well for me here. What do you mean by that?
Boss Summer. Any important government communications are handled by high-level officers, by specialists.
I think that's called Ifrit Summer.
General members of staff in the station where I work would never be entrusted with sensitive information. Oh no! Stop! Must say something! Stop!
Let me guess.
Juror
number 5.
Hello. Where regular communication station officers aren't as lowly as you're being led to believe. A team of us are responsible for setting up and testing the telegraphs used by the ministry. And Mr. Graydon is the team leader.
That's fascinating.
I mean, I'm impressed with her, given that she, I think, kind of semi-admitted that she had a little crushy-washy on him, and she's now ratting him out like a true champ, which I like. I was worried that they were going to be like, oh no, she's protecting him.
Yeah, same. No.
But she is putting a big target on her back. At the same time, maybe she'll be fine. She could probably, kill them with that chin of hers. Stab.
Oh no.
Graydon is highly skilled operator. Stop! Currently in presence of idol. Stop!
There we have
There
it.
we have it. Yes, but also she did just say like, no, but he's actually, well, I guess maybe that's why she said it, right?
He's not actually terrible. Well, he's wonderful, really. He's got such an important job.
She had access to the equipment used for these confidential communications,
I
Mr.
spake
Graydon.
too soon. Well, what of it? The transmission's always made behind closed doors, so they can't be heard. And in any case, all messages are sent in ciphered. Normal employees couldn't possibly understand them.
Yeah, because that's of course the other thing. We'll need the code in order
The
to...
cipher.
Yeah. That's it.
Oh dear, stop. Must say something. Stop.
Mr. Graydon regularly attends meetings with ministry technicians and the ministry communications team.
This is like
He's
throwing him
wonderful.
under the omnibus, if you will.
Oh, he's too modest. Yes, yeeting him right under the omnibus.
He assists them in ensuring there are no errors in important international communications.
And he's received the top prize at the cipher cracking convention 5 years in a row now.
That's fascinating.
Graydon is a highly skilled operator. Stop currently in presence of idol. Stop. Well, your idol would appreciate it if you'd keep your mouth shut.
She should have really picked her idols more carefully.
I tell you, this lawyer's accusations are completely unfounded. Besides, the sounds produced by that music box aren't even Morse code.
Hold it! They're not?
To anyone with a brain, that would be blatantly apparent on listening to that music box for even a few seconds.
Of course!
Surely it can't be that my learned friend is unfamiliar with Morse code.
Shut your fucking trap, Franzique! You weren't even... Ouch. He looks generally shocked at my ignorance.
I would be more than happy to demonstrate the basics for you, sir.
A lesson? Here in court?
Morse code is a continuous series of 2 distinct tones.
Exactly, it wasn't unified.
Dot, dot, dash. But
tones,
yeah.
you say?
Yes, a short dot and a long dash. But by combining those in different ways, you construct letters.
I see.
For example, this is A. And this is B. But when you listen to the sound produced by this music box, you only hear one tone, don't you? In my defense, I can't hear anything. I don't have the sound.
But it sounds so similar. The rhythm of it is the same and everything.
But there's no discernible meaning to this apparently random sequence of sounds. So your assertion is fundamentally flawed. This is not Morse code.
No!
Really, you shouldn't be so surprised. What did I tell you? That music box is nothing but a worthless piece of scrap. Perhaps you might consider studying your subject matter before casting aspersions in the future.
Stop. That's to say, but stop.
Oh, it's so frustrating, isn't it?
Iris?
I mean, if the government's secrets were somehow being leaked using the music box, so many other things would slot into place so nicely.
Could there still be something I haven't considered? Would it really be impossible to use the music box somehow to play back Morse code? Can we actually check the music? Oh, we haven't checked the music box yet. Let's examine it.
There were 2 discs. Remember?
Yeah.
So I wonder if
one of them has the
oh,
one
wait,
track.
what's that button?
I want to know.
Oh, this is like your Siri iPhone helper from the future. Yeah, it's true.
Oh.
What is it, Runo?
I've just noticed something about this music box. It looks like there's the bottom of it opens up as well.
Oh, you're right. Oh, come on then. What are you waiting for? Let's open it.
Alright then, here goes.
Ooh. Look at that. There's another movement on the underside.
Uh-huh. So, does that mean you can set another disc to play back on this side?
Yes, I think so. And it looks like the 2 movements are linked together.
Yeah, so there was the second disc that he was asking about, which has the dashes, and this one's the dots, right? Mm-hmm.
Yeah. They're linked.
So if you had 2 discs, they would both play back at the same time.
Well, that answers that question.
Yep.
We'll still look at this though, because I wanna.
Yeah.
See how the former Gilded disc sits in the music box the man deposited at Winterbox. It couldn't be a more perfect fit.
So there's no question then, the disc was designed to be played in this music box.
Yet, despite that, the sound it procures are neither musical nor do they appear to have any meaning. Thank you. It just doesn't make any sense.
I wonder if perhaps there's more to this music box than meets the eye. Maybe we haven't discovered all its secrets yet. I think we have.
I actually like how well the interior of the music box is designed.
Yeah. Give it a try. No, we can.
I mean, we could also put the disc at the back and see if it does something different.
Yeah, maybe it has two. Yeah. There's still every possibility that this music box was instrumental in the leaking of government secrets. That's the belief of the defense, at least.
Objection!
Does it please you in some way, my Nipponese friend, to repeat the same line of argument ad infinitum? It's already been established that to be Morse code, 2 tones are required. Dots and dashes.
Yes, I'm well aware of that.
Then what?
Well, it would appear the defense has a hypothesis to put forward. You had better present your idea at once, counsel. How do you propose that this music box, which appears to produce only a single tone, could have been used to cipher secret messages into Morse code? Yippee!
Yippee! Woohoo! Didn't present it.
Yeah, I pressed the wrong button. Now we have to sit through this, but at the same time we need to open it up potentially, and otherwise it goes like, why it doesn't do it?
Although, given that we already opened it
There we
up,
go,
it's
yeah, I
possible
know. But it's done this to me in the omnibus, I think.
That's true, maybe, possibly, I don't remember.
Oh, yeah. Yes, I know. The link, yes. Can't fast forward this either, it's infuriating.
Okay,
Anyway,
yeah, fine.
here we
Present!
go. Present.
My bad.
Got it!
Good gracious! What am I looking at here? Another movement on the underside of the music box.
What?
It appears, my lord, that the 2 movements are linked together. In other words, you can put 2 discs in the music box, and the sound of both will play back at the same time. Good heavens! As the court has heard, Morse code comprises. Yeah,
You're doing
I can do
wonderfully,
this.
my darling.
Of 2
Wonderfully.
tones, a short dot and a long dash. With a second disc in place, this music box could be used to generate Morse code and convey a message. Yeah.
This is beyond a joke.
I'm sorry?
This poor excuse for a lawyer has absolutely no evidence to support his claims. Now, of course, if my learned friend were able to present the court with the second disc, that would be another matter. Well,
Pretty sure you're keeping it in your arse pocket.
probably.
I can't at the moment.
And may I remind the court that, as the witness has pointed out, he was not the one in the omnibus with McGilded 2 months ago striking a deal over the disc or discs.
Indeed. That was Mr. Mason, the brickmaker.
Exactly. I had nothing whatsoever to do with it. Mr. Mason, Mr. Grayson, Graydon, close enough.
Though it has holes, I must admit the argument presented by the defense has much promise. I believe the cross-examination should continue. Hooray! The link between Graydon and the victim of the omnibus case must be there somewhere, but I haven't found it yet.
Oh dear. It looks like you need to give your argument more strength, Bruno.
Yeah, well, what do you want me to do with that? You will reiterate your testimony if you please, Mr. Graydon.
Have you tried yeeting some wine bottles into the gallery? If I must, though I maintain exactly what I did at the start of this pointless cross-examination. Yeah, where is Herlock and his second disc? Although he took a copy of this disc, didn't he?
Yeah, that's what I thought.
But, I mean, knowing he's probably pinched it somewhere. Oh, I wonder if it's in the lining of the coat that Ginny's wearing still, or is she? No, she's not wearing it anymore, is she?
No, she took the bloody coat off.
Yeah, she did. Bum. It was some low-class brickmaker negotiating with McGilded anyway, was it not? I've no relation to them.
So 2 months ago, in that omnibus, McGilded killed the brickmaker and stole the disc.
Mr. Mason was a single man with almost nothing to his name. It seems he lived in an artisan quarter some years ago, but people there remember little about him.
Sounds like a true artist.
He does.
That doesn't make much sense though, does it? How would a humble brickmaker come to acquire secret government information?
Oh, indeed.
There must have been somebody else involved behind the scenes in all this. Somebody who acquired the disc and gave it to Mr. Mason. In order to take it to the meeting with McGilded and negotiate a deal.
Dear me. You may have it in for me, sir, but I assure you, I have far more class than that.
You know the scariest thing of it all? This man will be somebody's blorber. An old brickmaker from an artisan quarter and his well-to-do communications officer.
Ah!
If only I could find some evidence to link the two of them together. Look at that shitty smirk.
I mean,
Oh my
yeah,
God.
and I say that as somebody with some very shameful blorbos indeed. Popular, but shameful.
If you have nothing more to add on that note, let us return to the witness testimony.
No, all we done is break into the gaff the other night like what he told us to do.
Hold it!
Like Mr. Graydon told you to do, you mean?
That's it, yeah. Oh well, say. Silly me though. Silly me thought he was just popping over for a natter after all them years, but the rotter had a dodgy job for us. Hey Ash?
Ah. Yeah. Let me stop you right there, Mr. Skulkin. After all them years, you say? Do you mean to tell me that Mr. Graydon is an acquaintance of yours? I mean, Nash and Ash and...
Yeah, and Ringo.
Yeah.
We're a sociable kind of baddies, you know? Sure, let's say Graydon's an old China. China plate, I assume. Mate?
Excuse me.
So, okay, you're looking mightily chuffed. Is something wrong, Mr. Skulkin?
Hey?
No, the other Mr. Skulkin.
What? Oh, me?
When your brother was testifying just now, he said something that seemed to cause you to react.
Oh, well, I was just remembering the old days, that's all. I used to have a right old laugh together way back when.
Together? With Mr. Graydon, you mean?
Yeah, with Ash, I mean. You look at him now in his fancy whistle and flute and you wouldn't have him believe it. But when he was younger, he was from the poor part of town, just like us.
Huh, is that so?
But he was always a leery one. He had the brains, he had the savvy. Always coming up with smart ideas like what would never have gone through our heads. God blimey, ain't that the truth? Remember Milverton and Skulkin's milk run? That was a corker, eh? Save it until after the trial. Your reminiscing has no place in this courtroom. And neither does your fruit. Oh, you're one to talk, mate. Oi, the geezer asked us a question, didn't he? And we was answering.
Yeah, we ain't done nothing wrong.
In Milverton. Novel.
Nevertheless, the court is not prepared to accompany you on your trip down memory lane. Counsel, can we turn our attention back to the testimony, please? I don't know. Could that sentimental story be relevant somehow? Oops!
Oopsie.
Well, I said add it to the... My lord? Yes, counsel? The brothers' last statement... Sorry, last sentimental statement could hold vital information relating to this case. Very well, counsel. I will permit the brothers to supplement their testimony with that detail. Briefly, I hasten to add...
Say no more. A skulkin's never sulking. Skulkin? Sulkin?
Skulkin. Yeah, Skulkin's never skulking. Yeah,
Milverton and Skulkin's milk run. Cool, them were the days.
Place.
Hold it!
I'm sure I'm going to regret asking, but what exactly was that? Some kind of business?
Just a little scheme we had going back when we was youngsters. Bit of fun, really. Delivering fresh milk to the locals. That's what it was. That's what it was all about.
That sounds alarmingly legitimate. There must be a catch. I suppose, since we're here, I should ask them to elaborate, but on what? Yeah, I'll just say.
Yeah.
You guys want to say? You can say. Right.
What do we need to know more? Yeah, like the name is...
The business model, the business name, or leave it. I want to know about the business model.
Oh, okay.
Or the business name.
Yeah, the Milverton bit.
Yeah, you know what?
Is
Let's
what...
ask. Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think that's interesting.
So, this business was just a bit of fun, you say? And it was just yourselves and Mr. Graydon involved?
Yeah, that's it.
Milverton and Skulkin's Milk Run, was it?
Yeah, that's it.
And where did the Milverton part come from?
Oh, right. Thought a clever clogs like you would have worked that one out. That's his... Hold it. Enough of this. How much longer are we expected to listen to this drivel?
Let me guess. You don't accept anything these two witnesses are saying? Tell me, why is it that it was only at the mention of the name Milverton that you decided to interject?
Because well... It weren't the happiest of homes that one came from. Yeah, his old man was struggling for money so much, his wife walked out on him. She took the name Graydon then, see? But Ash will always be Milverton to us.
Milverton. So, that used to be a surname, did it?
Of course not. This is all bunkum. I've been a Graydon since I was born. Do you really think you can rely on the testimony of these two thieves, You're a communications officer attached to the civil service. As such, your personal details will have been thoroughly checked at the time of your appointment. It would be a very simple matter indeed to subpoena those records, Mr. Graydon. Ugh.
Well, it would appear that Mr. and Mr. Skulkin's testimony has been reliable. For once. You were born Ashley Milverton, then? Is that correct?
Very well, yes.
So, Ashley Graydon was once Ashley Milverton. That information could change things, and could turn out to be extremely important. Oh. Updated his profile. A telegraph operator at the central communication station whose last name was once Milverton years ago. He's a childhood friend of the Skulkin brothers.
And have we come across anything? He was Mason. The brickie was called Twice-Fired Mason. Twice-Fired Mason?
Yeah. Yeah. Well.
I don't think, no.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, this is my... All of a sudden, we seem to be up to our necks in a serious matter of national security. Although all this talk about Inception is kind of a different thing. Although all this talk about interception of secret government messages is just conjecture at this stage.
It would explain a number of things, though, wouldn't it? The negotiation Ginny overheard on the omnibus 2 months ago, and the break-in at Windybanks. But the trouble is, it wasn't Mr. Graydon in the omnibus with Mr. McGilded.
No, that would have been a bit unfortunate.
Yeah.
No, that was Mr. Mason, the brickmaker who was so horribly murdered.
If only there was some link between the two men, somehow.
I know, but Mr. Graydon's testimony seems to be as waterlight.
Tight.
I know what I saw. I don't know why I said lie. As ever, I'm blaming my medication.
Yeah.
I wonder if the key to us making headway with the cross-examination here could be those two brothers.
I mean, I think.
Okay, so hold on. Did we literally get everything? Some low class brickmaker negotiating with the guild, and there was no relation to the man.
I don't. Did we?
Yeah, that's break it in, break it in.
We didn't.
We didn't press this.
him on that.
No.
Hold it!
I hate it when it resets the thing.
Yeah.
So did you know nothing about this music box?
We didn't know nothing. We still don't know nothing, and we ain't planning on knowing nothing about it neither.
But 2 nights ago, you did indeed break into Winterbank's pawnbrokery, didn't you? In your original testimony, you said that the door of the shop was ajar and that it was like some kind of a sign begging you to go in. But the truth is, you were planning to break into Winterbank's all along, weren't you?
We were, go. We were. You're right there. Of course, that's what he told us to do. It was his plan.
And why was it Mr. Graydon's plan to break into Winterbank's that night? Did you not ask the reason?
Well, he said the place was full of stuff worth nicking. That's what he told us beforehand anyway. Turned out it was a load of cobblers, didn't it? I weren't best pleased, I can tell ya.
In any case, if they know the real reason, it doesn't sound like they're going to give it away.
Can we press him and get the other side of the story? I wonder.
Where did you?
Well, because remember we picked on the name. We didn't pick on the business model.
Oh yeah, hold on. So, shall I just try this for a second?
Yeah, I don't know if it kind of locks it in or
Yeah.
what, but
So, how did your little business work exactly?
well, every morning down our way, the milkman would come with his cart to deliver milk. See,
This won't be the
if you
business.
stuck your empties outside your front door, he would leave you them full again, right? So we swooped in on the action, got people to sign up with us. We promised to deliver milk for half the price of the other geezers doing it. People couldn't wait to sign on the dotted line. We were raking it in, we were.
So, did you live on a dairy farm or something?
Oh, Bennett, are you off your rocker? We had nothing. We were too poor to have a farm.
Right.
No, what was that?
Nah, what we had going on was simple. Once you had the idea, we just switch them over, see? Our customers' empties with the full ones from anyone who wasn't on our books.
I done all right.
I think you meant to say a diddle. And that's a crime. I know.
It was just an harmless bit of fun, that's all.
Yeah, harmless bit of fun, that diddle. Milking the general public in such a fashion is most certainly not harmless, as you put it.
Well, it was him what came up with the idea. Ash is the evil genius.
You mean Mr. Graydon? So, Ashley Graydon was once Ashley Milverton. That information could change things and could turn to be out to be extremely important. Yes, the same
Yeah,
as
that bit. Yeah, the same bit at the end as last time, but
would explain a number of
we'll
things.
explain a
Though,
number of
wouldn't it?
things. Blah blah blah.
Okay, sorry. Ultralight, haha. Could be those two products. Okay. Alright. So, I think we've seen everything.
Oh no, there was one left at the end, I think.
Okay, let's see. Oh,
There was
he's
that
like-
one, there was that one, this bit, dodgy government secrets
Oh, yeah,
involved,
would
and then
get
there's one
involved.
left at the end. Oh, but we
Yeah, we got
did
this
do
one
that.
too.
Oh,
Yeah.
my bad, sorry. I thought that was, we didn't the government one, did we not?
No, I don't think so. I think I skipped to the other one by accident.
No, we
accident.
did this one. See?
So did you know
Knew
nothing
nothing about this music box. We
I
did do
forgot.
that one.
Didn't know nothing, still
Yeah,
don't know
don't
nothing.
plan on knowing nothing
Yeah.
about it neither.
example, the door was ajar, was the sign thing.
Yeah.
What's his plan? Stink eye. Didn't ask the reason. No.
No. Yes, no.
Yeah, there was like good stuff to steal
No
and then there wasn't.
cobblers, absolute rubbish. What
Alright.
have we missed in it? Did we? I assume we picked up on the no relation to the man, right?
Let's just double check.
Hold it!
Doesn't hurt. But 2 months ago, in that omnibus, McGill had killed the brickmaker and stole the
That
disc.
sounds familiar. Yes. Single
Yeah,
man.
single
blah, blah,
man.
blah, blah,
Yeah.
Milverton, Mason.
Yeah. It's gonna go back to the very first one, sorry. Says this open music art in Morse code. Some low class brickmaker negotiation with McGill anyway. There's no relation.
Right into the gaff.
Hold on, actually. Do we not have a people one anymore? No. Oh, there's also the people tab. There's like the.
I assume that's on the court record rather than the present.
Yeah, I currently exactly, but in this
Yeah.
chunk, it's not available.
Profile screenshots, full names for the Mason as well. I think they literally just call him Thrice Fired Mason, don't
Yeah,
they?
that's what I currently can't access. It's really annoying. Because that's what I wanted to check out.
Milton doesn't sound familiar.
It does, but it doesn't. Would have touched it. So this means they did touch it and then put it back, right?
What? No, I mean they wouldn't have
I
touched
know.
it, as in
I know.
wouldn't have touched it with a barge pole.
Yeah, no, I know. That's what it is. I don't really know. Let's go check.
I mean, he's been described as a brickmaker.
Yeah.
So it's not like we it's not like we can catch him out being all like, oh, how do you know he was a brickmaker, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, no.
No, I am kind of stumped.
Is this the breaking in thing?
I guess the only thing you can think of is presenting the disc there, yeah. Maybe.
Yeah, what I would actually want it was Mr. Like, yeah, if it was
If
the
it was
Masons,
Masons,
yeah.
yeah. Yeah, if it's so important, I mean, so unimportant.
It's really weird, like,
Yeah.
I feel like I'm missing something super duper obvious. Oh shit, you're right. Mason's blood on the ticket for the code.
But in which bit? That bit. Well, we can try it. Save anyway.
Also, yeah, he has no relation to the man, but the thingy was on the ticket, so.
Yeah, but we know that
yeah.
the blood was on the ticket because McGilded took
Of
it.
course, yeah. Might as well. Hold on. One. That's the code. Oops.
Well, you looking for?
I was looking for the other ticket
The
for a
box
second.
is to the left of the coat.
Yeah, nothing really strikes me here, for example.
No.
So I'm gonna try the other one. It's probably the wrong one, but you never fucking know. Earlier we had the paper, which was also the right one.
Objection!
No.
No.
Okay, I'll reload. Twice.
We could try the disc on I've no relation, but
I don't know.
I don't know.
Why is the game being vague again?
Hmm.
I also wonder if like Nash and Ringo have something to say.
Yeah, right? Sorry again for my squeaky chair. I put WD-40 silicone on it and it's still squeaking and I don't know how to make it stop. Gotta get a new chair. Plus donate to charity. Plus donate. Charity, yeah. There's nothing in the notes that Susato-san gave us, is there? I think we've looked at it before and it's been absolutely useless.
Yeah, there's like nothing in there, but want me to go back just in case?
Yeah.
Oh, didn't we oh shit.
Wait, hang on a second!
Oh wait.
The details of victim, Mason
What?
Milverton, it says it right there!
Oh my god.
We've been calling him Mr. Mason.
Yes. I knew I'd seen it somewhere. Knew that.
I do not remember reading that.
Yeah. Well, there we have it.
Yeah, because his nickname was Thrice Fired Mason. Yeah, but everybody just kept on calling him Mr. Mason. So I just assumed, oh boy.
She's saving her bacon here.
Susato-san is saving our bacon for. I was about to say from beyond the grave. She's.
I know,
She's
she's
on a train.
She's yeah.
She's with Chomes.
Yeah.
That's probably bad enough. I can't believe it took us that long.
Present.
Objection!
Oh, we found it. Mr. Ashley Milverton. Tell me, why did you try to hide your former name from the court?
Because I haven't gone by that name for years. It means nothing to me.
No, I don't think that's the real explanation at all. The truth is, you had a reason to hide your first name. Explain yourself, please. I have here the notes from the omnibus case, my lord. And as we all know, the victim, the man who we now understand to have been negotiating with Mr. McGilded. Yes, Mr. Mason, the brickmaker?
But yeah, that's the thing. They kept calling him Mr. Mason. But
Yeah.
No.
No.
Yeah.
That's right, only Mason wasn't his surname at all. It was his given name. His full name was Mason Milverton. Milverton? Do you mean to say saints alive? Mr. Ashley Milverton, is it not the case that the brickmaker, Mr. Mason Milverton, was your father?
Oh, I don't. As I believe I mentioned earlier, your family history will have been thoroughly checked when you joined the civil service. And it really would take no time at all for the court to subpoena those records.
The truth is, if you have been illegally acquiring highly confidential government information and selling it to McGilded in collaboration with your father.
Ah!
Nice pirouette.
Yeah.
The new facts and evidence unveiled by the cross-examination of this witness all come together to reveal the truth.
The truth, you say?
That you collaborated with your father, Mr. Mason Milverton, in illegal dealings with Magnus McGilded. By dint of this music box, you mean, counsel? Yes, stealing information being sent in secret government communication and selling it to McGilded. Mr. Graydon concocted his elaborate scheme of using 2 music box discs to encode the information. as presumably a safety measure against the information falling into the wrong hands. A very effective one. I shouldn't have given the scheme any credence whatsoever.
But the deal with McGilded went sour, and the brickmaker met his end.
Yes, but before he was arrested, McGilded managed to temporarily dispose of the stolen disc at the pawnbroker. Then, having learned of this situation, you appeared at Winterbanks 2 days ago. In an attempt to recover the 2 articles McGilded had placed in pawn there.
Why did he not take the inspector with him in that 12? I think Inspector Gregson is just too sensible to be taken out by a 12. That's what it is, right?
You know what? I believe that one. Yeah.
But that attempt failed.
1 sec, I just need to turn the timer off.
Oh yeah, for your antibiotics.
Sorry, yeah.
Do you need water, or have you got water?
No, that's okay. I don't actually need to take
Oh, you took
any.
it already,
I just
yes.
forgot to turn
Of
it
course.
off, and it was bothering
He just sees
me.
the 12 coming and steps back, yeah.
Yeah.
He's like, no.
Exactly.
Iris must not write about this.
No. One of the discs was seized by the police, and the other you never found. So that same night, you enlisted the help of the Skulkin brothers and broke into the pawnbrokery. This time, determined to recover the second disc. Are you suggesting that the second disc was inside the music box?
Aye? We never knew nothing about that.
On the night that Mr. Winterbank was killed. Oh, don't make me do this. I don't have a 3DS. Please stop.
Nightmare.
The intruder to the pawnbrokery touched one item, and one item alone. The music box. Rather ingeniously demonstrated using the 2 prints from the security camera indeed. Yeah, sure, whatever. So the question that naturally begs answering is this. Why was only that article disturbed? The answer is obvious, because it contained the second disc, which the intruder was desperate to retrieve. Since, if it were to fall into the hands of the police, it would be proof of high treason. Well, Mr. Graydon, do you deny that all of this actually began on that fateful night 2 months ago?
I refuse to accept any of this nonsense.
Sir, there appears to be blood seeping through the sleeve of your jacket.
What? Oh!
It looks awfully old for blood.
That's a bit, yeah.
Like with all these really old blood stains that look like super fresh.
Super fresh, and
this one
that's
I'm
like, looks like it's been
um,
bleeding into his coat for about a week.
Yeah. 2 nights ago, we know that 3 shots were fired at the scene of the crime in Winterbanks' pawnbrokery. Bang. 1 took the life of the pawnbroker himself. 1 struck the pouch around Mr. Sholmes' waist. Oh, look at him. He looks
Wasting
so tragic,
away.
doesn't he?
He does.
Maybe it's a family thing, yeah.
Yeah.
And the final bullet struck the calendar on the wall of the shop, having first pierced the arm of one of the intruders. It's quite a lot of blood actually for an arm wound.
Yes.
Mr. Graydon, that wound on your arm that you seem to be trying to hide, it's a bullet wound, isn't it?
Clearly, he bleeds as dramatically as he pirouettes.
Oh my god. There's the pirouette that ripped it back open.
That's gotta be it, yeah.
Yeah.
He's got you now, me old China.
Time to call it quits and croak, I reckon.
Don't acknowledge my presence there under any circumstances whatsoever.
Blood is so old.
It is, right? Those were my terms, remember? And I paid you handsomely to comply. Clearly, I was a fool to think I could trust some common backslum thieves. Fine, I admit it. I was there in Windybanks that night. I paid this pair 10 guineas to accompany me. And as you've noticed, I sustained an injury in the course of my adventures. But that is all. I admit to nothing more. Stealing government secrets, negotiating with Mr. McGilded. As God is my witness, I'm sure I recall nothing of the sort.
He's not going to go down without a fight. Not until I can show hard evidence, I suppose. Nevertheless, the defense has now established a crucial fact.
Which is?
Well, we know that one bullet was fired from each of the 2 firearms we have here in evidence. The bullet from the Skulkin brothers' gun hit the pouch around Mr. Sholmes' waist. And the bullet from Mr. Windybanks' gun clearly must have been the one that caught Mr. Graydon on the arm. Indeed it must. We can rule out the possibility that the man shot himself. And that leads us to only one conclusion. Mr. Windybank was shot by a 3rd gun. 3rd gun! Finally! We're getting to it!
Finally.
Which can only have been fired by the 3rd intruder. Goodness! That's right, Mr. Graydon. The only person who could possibly have shot Mr. Windybanks that night is you!
Dun-dun-dun-dun.
Hold it!
Oh, please go full on crazy.
You little upstart. You made a grave mistake when you summoned me here.
What? What's that supposed to mean?
Yes, as you rightly say, I was there at the pawnbroker's. I did my best to hide the fact, naturally. I had no intention of ruining the distinguished career I'd built for myself at the communication station. But did the thought never cross your mind? Did you never consider the possibility?
What do you mean? What thought? What possibility?
The possibility that if I was there at the scene, I may have witnessed the crucial moment. You see, this makes me a key witness in this case, and I have my hands firmly around the neck of your client.
What? Are you suggesting?
I saw it all. I saw the very moment that pickpocket girl pointed the gun at that poor defenseless pawnbroker and shot him.
You... What?
Bullshit.
Alright. Go on then. Prove it. Order! 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 Well, it would seem we are finally entering the last act of this theatrical trial.
Mr. Graydon. Yes. I trust you are fully aware of the implications here. If it's shown that your claim is false, you will have incriminated yourself as the killer. No, I understand fully.
Then I must ask you to give your formal testimony once more. You will explain to the court precisely what you saw at the moment the defendant allegedly shot the victim.
Nothing would give me greater pleasure. Yeah, murder might be better than treason. Very possibly, yeah.
Yeah, actually, I think it is at this time in the UK.
I think Eggy does all his poses because of his history of the Skull Kids. It's possible.
Although murder also kind of gets you still
I mean,
on,
yeah,
on
but
the
I
hanging,
think,
right?
yes, but treason...
It's like double hanging.
Yeah.
They might also do a little bit of a torture beforehand, don't
Maybe.
they? Potentially.
I don't know. I don't know much about treason. I've never really considered it, I'll admit.
The moment of the shooting.
While these ruffians were jostling with the broker, I was still near the entrance to the shop. When Windibank threw Nash over the counter, I felt a sharp pain in my arm. I pursued the man, but he shut himself in the storeroom. I could see him through the peephole in the door, though.
What? Sure.
The accused, in a black coat, shot the man in the back as he was trying to flee to safety.
The coat is not black.
It's black, though. I saw the blood spatter all over that wretched girl. Oh, right, yeah, but it's not the same person's blood, but okay. Then she tossed the gun out of the peephole, so I picked it up and made my escape.
What?
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 Oh, right, so he's saying that the gun that she shot Windibank with was actually the third gun.
Oh.
And she brought it with her.
He just picked it up because... Why?
Yeah, right? Like,
What?
yeah.
Well, I'm not
okay.
getting this reasoning.
I mean, this is just absolutely nonsensical.
No.
But also, yeah, he's trying to imply that the third gun she brought with her.
Yeah.
What? He's the first one to mention the peephole. It's true. We're all just like, if only there was some kind of hole in the door, like a keyhole that we could look through.
This entire chunk where we're absolutely
Yeah.
going insane. Anyway.
Yeah.
Good gracious. This is quite extraordinary testimony. This is quite an extraordinary testimony
is.
about our course.
Extraordinary.
You claim, sir, under oath, to have clearly seen the defendant pulling the trigger. I don't believe it personally, but order,
right.
order, order!
It wasn't my intention to testify in this way. And neither is it my intention to be found guilty of a murder I didn't commit. So you see, my hand has been forced. I tell the truth now as an act of self-preservation.
The truth.
Until now, the prosecution was completely unaware of these details. Yes, well, sorry about that. Having shot me in the arm, the pawnbroker was then shot in the back by the accused. And as I said, she was showered in his blood. You say the blood spattered over the accused's coat. Are you sure on that point? Oh yes, quite sure. All over the black overcoat that pickpocket girl was wearing at the time. Well, okay, but... I know that the blood device thing, the blood gun, isn't, like, relevant. Like, we're not allowed to use it. But also, surely we can at least prove that there's only one type of blood on the coat.
Yeah, you'd think. But...
And it is the coat that McGill did.
Really? If her code could somehow be shown to harbour vestiges of blood, vestiges, thank you, that would be conclusive evidence here. Oh, sure. That's why. Allegedly.
Allegedly. Such an investigation is entirely possible, my lord.
What?
Only very recently, a German scientist has developed a technique to identify human blood. Yeah, but we can tell you what colour it is. So here's to true science, not some amateurish detective's dubious foray into the world of chemistry.
I wanted to treat this man in a
There's
non-fun way.
nothing dubious about Hurley's work. His ideas are all sound.
Ideas are no use to us here. In science, as in law, theories must be proven before they stand.
What?
In Germany, the technique has already been employed in the courtroom as the basis of evidence.
And we didn't use it in any of our cases. Why, Fanzix? We had all this blood everywhere, and we have not been using this. Holy crap.
Scotland Yard has a small quantity of the chemical reagent used. With your lordship's permission. Yeah, but now there's treason, yes.
Bye-bye.
Oh boy, off it goes. We could shatter all vestiges of doubt within minutes. But yet we can tell that there's blood, but not hoomsts.
This doesn't look good, Bruno.
Why not?
Well, we know, don't we, that there's blood all over the front of Ginny's coat. If they test it with their chemicals...
Oh, help, you're right! I was forgetting what happened yesterday.
Don't move, Ginny. I'm going to shoot.
Yeah, but also it doesn't match, like, the blood.
Well, yeah,
at
but we
all.
can't use that.
No, I know.
necessarily.
Yeah. But that's not Mr. Winterbanks' blood. The stain is from over 2 months ago. Sorry, the stain is from 2 months ago. That's Mr. Mason's blood. But from when he was stabbed by McGildred, he was wearing the coat at the time. Yes, well. My lord, the defense objects to the test proposed by the prosecution. Overruled. Yeah, we have to stain on the ticket.
Yeah, but
That's how
all
we
we can
found
do
it,
is
like-
prove that they're the same colour with our thing that
Yeah.
everybody keeps saying isn't relevant.
Yeah. Lord Van Zieks, make it so at once.
With pleasure, my lord.
And while we await the results, the defense may proceed with the cross-examination. Once they find that blood on the overcoat, Gina will be... Counsel? Yes, my lord? Your cross-examination. Of course, my lord. I think this cross-examination... if this cross-examination doesn't go well, if I don't manage to uncover some decisive evidence or really compelling clue now, I have a very bad feeling about the outcome of this trial. Cross-examination. The moment of the shooting.
Ah.
I will
Well,
say.
these ruffians were jostling with the broker. I was still near the entrance to the shop.
Or is this what we're going to have to point out, that he couldn't have done some things with the layout of the store? Oh. Alright. Press. Hold it! Mr. Winterbanks emerged from the storeroom, I believe.
Ringo and Nash were scouring the counter when he suddenly appeared and flew at them. He already had the revolver in his hand. Fortunately, I wasn't too close. I've never been so scared in all my life.
Yeah, we're just your regular mild-mannered burglars, that's all. We don't like violence.
Says the pair who carry a gun. What do you mean when you say you were near the entrance to the shop?
I was in the doorway, running my eyes over the shelves of forfeited items.
Looking for the music box, of course.
The broker went for Nash in the first place. Then Ringo joined in, making it 2 against 1, so I assumed they could handle the situation. But I was wrong.
I was trying to help me little bruv, but the old geezer chucked me over the bloomin' counter.
So I pulled my gun on the old fella, and that soon made him scarper.
The pair of you the pair of you setting upon the poor defenceless pawnbroker together. Shame on you.
Sorry, Garth. When Winterbank threw Nash over the counter, I felt a sharp pain in my arm.
Hold it!
No, that just doesn't sound right, though, that at all.
You mean that's the moment you were shot?
Yes, though I didn't immediately realise what had happened, of course. Things crashed to the floor from the counter as the 3 men were brawling.
Really, though?
Yeah, I still feel like that's super sus, given how accurately they were put back. But, you know.
That sounds like a load
Well,
of shit.
they keep claiming they put all this stuff back.
Ah. Like, yeah, like all the stuff at the back there, and they're like, yeah, we just put
Yeah,
it back.
yeah, we put it back
Oh.
on neat, like.
Oh, yeah, apparently he was standing
Also, how
here.
could she have? I suppose no. But yeah, no. Yeah, he was allegedly over there. Was it exactly that moment that it happened? So I didn't hear the gunshot.
And the bullet went on to strike the calendar in the wall behind you.
So it would appear. When I looked at my arm, I saw that it was bleeding badly. So I wrapped my handkerchief around it. Seeing as I couldn't explain what had happened to a doctor, I had no choice but to wait for it to heal. That's how you lose an arm. I didn't imagine it would still be bleeding 2 days later. Yeah, like gunshots wounds are known for healing up pretty quickly after all.
Yep.
Did Mr. Windybank intend to shoot you, do you think? Well now, I don't imagine he even noticed I was there, to be honest. Perhaps the gun went off accidentally. Anyway, I didn't quite strike home.
The angle is still weird.
Yeah. When I pulled my gun on him, he tried to shove me out of the way. Well, that out of the way. And then he scarpered through that door out back.
At which point, what did you do?
I pursued the man, but he shut himself in the storeroom. I could see him through the peephole in the door, though.
Hold it!
You mean you chased after him?
I don't recall the reason why, but I ran after him to the back of the shop.
Excuse me.
Oops. I did that automatically. Is something wrong, Inspector?
Is he reacting? Or...
Inspector Gregson, I don't actually know. I accidentally pressed it.
Huh. I can't be here. I haven't got time to stand around in the blooming stand.
Oh.
I need to get back to the yard. Who knows what's kicking off while I'm swanning around here?
Are you referring to the emergency you've been talking about since yesterday?
I haven't been talking about anything of the sort. That's a top secret assignment, that is.
Says the detective at full volume in the courtroom with the public gallery.
Well, anyway, the point is you need to get this trial over and done with as quickly as possible. The accused in a black coat shot the man in the back as he was trying to flee to safety.
Yeah, that's just weird because she was already in the storeroom.
Yeah, she was in the
so
storeroom.
why would she shoot him from the back?
Yeah, it's not like she shot him as he was coming in thinking he was one of the burglars,
No,
for
exactly.
example. I think he shot him
Hold it!
through the window still
Uh-huh.
after he tripped and fell.
Yep. Yes, when the crime was discovered, the defendant was found with a gun in her hand. But that was Mr. Windybanks' gun, from which only a single bullet had been fired. Yeah, this is the thing, like...
Yeah, but he's claiming that she shot him with the third gun, which magically flew out of the window.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And, yeah.
And then she took Windybanks' gun in her hand
And
somehow.
then just passed out for funsy onesies.
Like, how did he explain again that Mr. Windybanks' gun is in her hand?
He hasn't, I don't think, yet.
No,
But I'm assuming that, you know, it just fell when he fell and landed in her hand, you know, coincidentally.
Yeah, just like that. Uh-huh. And we've already established, Mr. Grayson, that that bullet was fired at you. Sorry, Graydon as well. Wow.
But no, it wasn't the broker's gun that the pickpocket girl had when I saw her. Yes, the bullet from Windybank's gun grazed my arm, and yes, the Skulkin's gun grounded the detective. But this was another gun entirely. A third gun.
I just remember us having whole discussions about this third gun at the beginning of this fucking trial.
Yep. The broker's gun was not the murder weapon, so clearly there had to be a third firearm involved.
Oh sure, now you're like this.
In other words, the accused must have had her own gun with her at the time. Okay, so it's alright when you make stuff up. As we've said, it's fine when he makes stuff up,
Yep.
but when we make things up according to the evidence we've been presented with,
no.
that's shameful, man.
Objection!
But yeah, no, so he's trying to claim that she brought her own gun and that's the one, and somehow
Yeah.
magically she threw it out the little window.
Yeah. But no other gun was found at the scene. And I was like, yeah, haha, I took it.
Calm yourself, Counsel.
Sorry?
You must consider the events in order. Don't patronize me. At first, I saw the broker and the girl glaring at each other, but then, all of a sudden, the broker turned to run. And it was at that moment that the little gutter rat shot him in the back.
What? Run where?
Yeah, like, what, back out the door? What?
What?
Yeah, run further into the storeroom, of which there's like 3 meters max.
Yeah.
Okay.
A chilling image, I must say.
This judge is very stupid.
Yeah.
Just believes everything he is told.
Yeah.
I saw the blood spatter all over that wretched girl.
Hold it!
All over her.
Yes, through the peephole, I saw it clearly. Of course, the stains are invisible now, what with the coat being such a dark colour. And I assure you, that garment is sullied with the victim's blood.
Well, it is sullied with blood, that's for sure.
But it's not Mr. Windybank's blood, is it?
No, that's right. It's Mr. Mason Milverton's blood from when Matilda stabbed him 2 months ago.
It's so annoying. If they'd only accept Hurley's chemical analysis, we could prove that.
No DNA for us.
No.
But they won't. So unfortunately, we can't use this evidence to support our cause. Case.
Bother.
Yeah, of course.
Then she tossed the gun out of the peephole. So I picked it up and made my escape, which just makes the least amount of sense.
Yeah.
Why would she chuck it out the little window? For pity's sake?
Did I hear you correctly? She threw the gun out of the room. And you picked it up.
That's right. After the broker fell to the floor, she started walking over.
Over where exactly?
In the direction of the storeroom door, to where I was watching.
What did you do?
Of course, I quickly retreated, and then the girl dropped the gun through the peephole onto the floor on my side of the door.
But why on earth would she do such a thing?
Oh, I couldn't tell you. Perhaps she was hoping to distance herself from the murder weapon. Without thinking, I went and picked it up. I suppose I was worried about just leaving it there in case any more tragedies took place. So it was you, in fact, who took the third gun from the scene of the crime? Yes, it was yours truly. I left the clear up to my lackeys and left.
Clear up?
We'd made a bit of a mess around the counter, so Mr. Whistle and Flutie had told us to tidy up.
He thinks he's our blooming mum sometimes.
Well, I was paying you enough, by God.
Tell me, Mr. Graydon, when you left the pawnbrokery that night, was it by any chance with the second disc in your jacket pocket? Oh my god, they're loud. What the hell?
They're loud tonight, aren't they? Wow.
You little
You're like a bull at a gate, aren't you?
Okay, somebody's having a... Oh my god, we're having a...
Hello?
Excuse me, indeed. Gentlemen?
Something wrong, sunshine?
That should be my line. You do realise you were just violently shaking Mr. Skulkin?
Blimey, this dude's a bit of an hooligan, ain't he?
What was going on just now?
You saw him, he grabbed me, whistle. Why the blazes, he said, didn't you mention the third gun when we got you down the station?
And why didn't you?
'Cause we didn't know nothing about it. All that flaming peephole in the door.
We knew about that flaming people in the door.
They, I think, did, in fact, know about the peephole.
Yeah. There's no way in hell.
I think. Oh, sorry about that. I can be prone to losing my rag sometimes. Not hurt, are you? God blimey, seeing the way he's looking at me, I'm telling you, this D gives me the willies.
That was strange. The inspector doesn't normally get quite as worked up as that. He wouldn't normally just grab someone.
No, that wasn't like Gregsy at all. He's normally all sweetness and light, no matter what I say to him.
Yes, well, I think you might be a special case, Iris.
Well, anyway, that was definitely out of character.
You do.
What's your feeling, Bruno?
As much as I hate to admit it, I don't see any obvious holes in his testimony at the moment.
But you have to find a way to break this man.
And quickly too, because once they discover the blood on the overcoat Gina was wearing...
It's a bit strange that he's so sure of himself about seeing the blood spatter over Ginny's coat.
That is peculiar still.
It doesn't strike me as the sort of thing you'd claim if you hadn't genuinely seen it happen.
But we know that Gina didn't shoot Mr. Winterbank, so what's going on?
All I know is that it's very unfair. Why should some German scientist's test be acceptable as evidence when mine and Hurley's wasn't? Detectives can use test tubes too.
Never mind that. I have to find a really stark inconsistency in his testimony somewhere. And I have to find it before the prosecution discovers the bloodstain on Gina's coat.
Well, there is quite a stark.
Yeah.
It's all bullshit, I think, is the stark
Yeah.
discrepancy.
Yeah.
Oof.
Oh, 1 second. I just need to do a stretch.
That's fine.
Oh.
He probably knows it's his father's coat and not McGilda's. Yeah, possibly.
Yeah, very likely.
Yeah.
That's a good point, actually. Like he fits it.
No. What? His father's coat.
Yeah, he didn't fit his father's coat.
Yeah, well, why would that make any difference? We don't all...
Yeah, no, I know, but like...
If we could all just randomly fit our parents' clothing...
Yeah. Hold on. While I'm standing, I can still flip through this. Ha ha ha!
True, ha ha ha.
These ruffians were just in with the broker. He's near the entrance to the shop. And Winterbanks threw a knife over the counter. Fell shop. Like what? What? He just threw somebody and then shot him? Like
Well, I'm assuming the idea is that he had the gun in his hand.
I just went off.
And it went off, yeah. It's just, Yeah, 2-month-old bloodstain should be very different than a 2-day-old one. Yeah, I feel like you could probably tell the difference quite easily.
Yeah.
But, yeah, suspend your disbelief.
Shoot the man, but he shot himself in the storeroom. The fucking peephole. The accused in the black eye shot the man in the back as he was trying to flee to safety. So this doesn't make sense because, like, what? Like, it just doesn't make sense. Like, if you look at that,
Yeah,
why would she be lying like this? If she was here.
Yeah.
But then again, he claims that she walked up to the peephole, threw out
the gun, and then walked
like,
back into the room and passed out, which is just really stupid. What was she gonna do? Like, pretend maybe that the gun had been outside the room the whole time?
Yeah, I guess so. But anyway, I saw the blood splatter all over the wretched girl. And she tossed the gun out of the people, so I picked it up and made my escape.
It's like, why would you do that? Yeah, we know she was definitely wearing the coat because she's wearing the coat on the photographs.
He was near the entrance, but he's looking at the wrong side as well. Like, well, I mean, this also kind of what gets me. So I'm just gonna pull out the little map here. Because, I guess he was looking over here because it got shot here. This is where the calendar is.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, he yeeted thingy over the counter. This is that little display stand in the middle. And then he just, bam, shot him. Which could technically, yes.
Allegedly, sort of, but also...
Could sort of happen, like, I guess. So annoying, you have to waste so much time trying to prove this obvious lie,
Yeah, and then don't even know how because it's all BS. It's true.
Yeah. photo.
Not a whole lot of blood spatter, but
No, exactly.
that
That's
doesn't
the other
really
thing.
mean
Like,
much.
actually, no. Why would you have a blood spatter? I guess like really we're implying that it gushed out from the back.
Yeah.
Is that what we're implying to get it on her? Because that's kind of
Well,
weird.
I mean, I guess there could have been some, how you say, splashback.
Yeah. So we're
But
yeah.
this is like purple blood, isn't it?
Yes. Where's the coroner report? Autopsy report. There we go. I was just double checking.
Yeah.
Single blood wound upper half of the victim's back. No other visible signs of trauma. Yeah. Instant death. Yeah, nothing here really I think stands out to. Yeah, it's really weird, like how she got showered in blood, like not
Yeah.
standing from behind. Part of me kind of wants to challenge him on it, but I would have no idea how.
No. Right?
Is this the redemption ticket? That's just. I don't think there's anything like, yeah, we know this is his. And we can't use any of this,
No.
but it's good for us to know.
Yeah. Oh, is the coat not in there?
No, the coat isn't in here.
That's weird, actually.
Good, didn't it? It's just
Yeah.
not in here because we just talked about it outside of the court, and as a result, we don't even have it.
Of course. That's really stupid.
Yeah. That's the mantle script.
Yep.
Sorry, that's the thing we already looked at. Well, no, actually, it's not. This is the omnibus.
Yeah.
And that was just the past. Sorry, I was just checking if I see it. So anything. Today's newspaper. Can't think of anything. I just think it's a load of shit that she allegedly got this much blood on her while shooting him in the back.
Yeah. But again, if she hit like a pulse point or whatever, shoots out like a water pistol, that.
She's holding his gun here.
Yeah.
Wait, she's holding his gun. Why did he get the gun back then?
What?
Hold on.
Yeah, well, she claims that she gave it to him, basically. What did she
I don't
say
remember.
that she did here? I can't remember what her testimony was.
Uh,
Because she said that
she grabbed the gun.
grabbed it, but she wasn't going to ever use it on him.
No, and then.
But I think she threatened him
Oh, he
to
asked.
get the mantle script, right?
Yeah, yeah, and then he did, and then he heard the
And then,
thingy,
yeah.
and then she gave the gun to him.
Yeah, she gave the gun to him inside the storeroom.
Yes. So yeah, we can't
He
prove
told
that
her
either.
to, like, stay there.
Yeah. I was thinking maybe anything on here. No. And then she put this all really nicely back.
They really did. Yeah, why would she do that if she had her own gun?
It's really weird.
I guess disarm your opponent, but still.
Yeah. We've had discussions about the third bullet.
Yeah.
I can't see anything here. Felt a sharp pain in his arm. Certain man set himself in the storeroom. Could see him through the peephole. The accused in the black coat shot the man in the back as he was trying to flee to safety. So I still think this is the I don't know, like, do we present the photo at him at some point? Like, going like, oh, this can't
Which
have
one?
happened.
Oh, at the,
Yeah,
of the layout of the crime scene.
yeah, it's weird. No, we cannot see the peephole in the, court record. Still, it's just this. This is all we get. There's a peephole here. So he's like, I'm short, and then he chases.
And then he ran up. Like, who does that?
Yeah.
I've been shot. Let me run towards the danger.
Either way, she allegedly shot him. She would have to be outside of the room in order for him to fall like this.
Yes.
And that doesn't work because she's
No.
inside.
Yeah.
So the angle is fucking wrong.
Yeah.
So I'm tempted. I'm just gonna try. Like, you know, he was trying to flee to safety. I think I'm gonna present this.
Yeah, we've saved after all before this chunk, so
Yeah.
if we lose another life, we can always.
Objection!
Oh, no. Let's consider. Okay, fine. Fine. No. It's not letting me load yet. This is where I find out that I haven't actually gone through all this. In which case, I'm sorry. Yeah, no. Okay, we're right here, Ethan.
Pretty sure we pressed the wrong button, but it's really difficult when it resets.
Yeah, I know. Sorry. I'm still gonna present this though.
Yeah.
This one. No, it's also not the. Yeah, no, it's also the wrong one. So just. Yeah, I'll double check if. I think we have pressed all the statements. I do wish there was a little blobby.
Yeah, I really wish there was like a check mark or something.
Yeah. What's special off the wretched on the wretched girl? Toss the gun. Yeah, I'm just gonna press him just in case. I know we've done this one. Did I hear you correct? She threw the gun out of the room, and he's thinking that's right. After the broke fell to the floor, she started walking over. It's so weird.
Just walking
Over where exactly? Yeah, the direction of the storeroom door to where I was watching. It's so weird.
Yeah.
Oh.
Wow,
sorry.
it's like lightning again.
Why does it
Tower
thunder
got you well?
every single?
That's-
Yeah, 10. That would be why.
Yeah. It's fascinating though.
Yeah. Why not? Would she do such a thing? Yeah, it makes no bloody sense. Without thinking, I went and picked it up. I suppose I was leaving it there.
Oh, in case any more tragedies took place. I don't remember reading that.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. That's what he said. I remember it.
Did he?
Yeah. So it was you, in fact, who took
Took
the
the
third
third
gun.
gun from the scene. Yeah.
Can we
no,
talk
okay,
about,
fine.
like, sir, where did you put the gun? Can we
Yeah,
ask
where
him,
is
where
it?
is the gun?
Yeah.
Gun.
Please
Where?
can we have it? Thanks.
Like, sir, you took a gun from a literal
clear.
murder scene.
No, right? Ugh. What have you spotted, dear?
Oh.
I think we didn't finish that.
Oh, wait.
Did we not?
We made a bit of a mess around the counters, and Mr.
Whistle and flute, yeah.
was
Yeah.
tidy up. Yeah,
This is how you use our
Yeah,
blooming
but-
mum sometimes.
yeah, we did have this. I was paying
It's
you
paying
enough,
you
my
enough, by
God.
God.
Uh,
Oh yeah, and then there was Inspector Thingy shook him.
yeah. All broken at night. Was there by any chance with the second disc in your jacket pocket?
Yeah.
Oh,
Like
like
a
a
bullet
bullet.
at gate, aren't you? Yeah. I admit to nothing of the sort. Yeah, because we immediately went over to him rather
Yeah,
than
that's
leaving
it.
Maybe.
You're right.
Oh yeah. After all, you can't even show the court such a disc exists, can you?
As expected. He won't admit to anything unless I can thrust the evidence in his face. But you know, we didn't finish this because
Yeah.
of Greg.
Yeah. Greg's
Good old
it's
Greg
not
over
as easy
there.
as you thought, is it? To pin a crime on this lapel. It won't stick. Not murder, not treason.
Maybe not right now. He won't be sniggering like that forever.
Yeah, because you've got Franzique sniffing around your ankles.
What's your feeling, Rene?
As much as I hate to admit it, I don't see any obvious holes in the testimony at the moment.
Ouch.
But you have to find a way to break this man.
No! And quickly too, because they discovered the blood on the overcoat Gina was wearing and that whole thing.
It's a bit strange that he's so sure of himself about seeing the blood spatter over Ginny's coat. It doesn't strike me as the sort of thing you'd claim if you hadn't genuinely seen it happen.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Yeah, but we know that Gina didn't shoot Mr. Winterbank, so what's going on?
All I know is that it's very unfair. Why should some German scientist's test be
Yeah.
acceptable as evidence when mine and Hurley's wasn't?
Yeah.
Detectives can use test tubes too.
Never mind that, I have to find a really stark inconsistency in the testimony somewhere. Okay, so we're looking for the inconsistency. And it says like, and bloodstain. Yeah, I know. Still not 100% sure. I'm gonna save though because now we have had the full everything.
Yeah.
So he was allegedly near the entrance of the shop.
I still think this is a load of bullshit, but
Did we actually press him on this?
I think so.
Yeah, it was all like he ran away, blah. I'm just gonna press him one more time to refresh my
That's
memory. He chased after him. I don't recall the reason why, but I ran after him to the back of the shop. Yeah, that checks out. People. Unsurprisingly, the storeroom's doors. I saw a job made of stout wood. Wait!
Wait, yeah.
Frog!
You didn't do that
No.
before. Okay, well.
Yeah.
Well, there's a small opening in it about head height that lets you see what's in there from the outside. Okay.
We know! We looked through it
Yeah.
when we found the fucking crime scene.
How come we didn't get this the first time?
I think there was also a trigger somewhere that
Oh.
distracted us. Wow, game! Stop distracting me like this!
Wow. Because, like, you did that literally just the same as...
Yeah.
the same time as Dio said. To
Yeah.
press everything including Gregson. But, yeah, you should know that, mate. You looked through it.
Yeah. Actually, I should know that, shouldn't I? I looked through it myself that time! Wow, game!
Yeah.
Wow! Fucking...
Yeah, if it's that wide, you should see it in the photo, yeah. But the curtain, I guess, is kind of pulled across it. And maybe it just kind of...
Yeah.
maybe in the angle it looks slightly starkly, like, you know,
Yeah.
the grain of the
Yeah.
wood. I don't know.
I don't know.
But yeah.
I threw it myself that night. Yes! Yes! Yes,
you
game!
did.
Thank you for acknowledging this.
Yeah. And what about you burgling brothers? Did you see what went on through this peephole as well?
Jesus Christ.
Well, not likely, Gov. Didn't see nothing of the sort, Gov. I doubt these two buffoons were even aware of the peephole's existence.
So the Skulking brothers were there, but they didn't see the killing of Mr. Winterbank take place.
Which is not what they testified before, I think, but...
Oh.
Inside the storeroom, I could see the broker and that young girl standing there.
The defendant?
Yes, though neither of them noticed that I was looking. The girl raised her gun and pointed it straight at the man.
And then? What did you see next?
A load of bullshit, that's what.
My lord?
My lord?
Oh.
Requesting your lordship's permission to interrupt the cross-examination.
Oh my god. Explain yourself, officer.
Get some eyes. I have the results of the test that was ordered earlier, my lord. Ah, the blood on the accused's overcoat.
Should have thrown it out while we had the chance.
Yep. Should have burnt it.
Thank you, officer. Very well. The cross-examination is hereby temporarily suspended.
Given that we're burning everything else to get rid of evidence.
I presume you have no objection, counsel? No, actually I do. I will lose my train of thought.
Yeah.
No, my lord?
Your omnibus of thought. Well, there you have it. The report, please, Inspector. Yes, sir. Traces of human blood were found on the overcoat of the defendant, Miss Gina Lestrade. From the extent of the stains, it would appear that they were the result of spattering following a gunshot wound. End of report.
Well, goodness me. Can you say how old the blood is by any chance?
Gunshot wound, though. Gunshot wound. So, if they reckon that this is consistent with gunshot wound spatter, then what the f was it doing in the omnibus? Out of interest?
Yeah.
And could it be that McGilded actually didn't kill Mason in the first place, but his son did? Potentially trying to get the disc back.
That's true.
I don't know. I just think maybe that's like a red herring, the whole consistent with gunshot wound.
It's weird though.
But they are going to stretch it for a lot longer, I reckon. See, what did I tell you?
Objection.
No, the blood on that code is not Mr. Windibank's. What on earth makes you say that, Counsel? The code originally belonged to Magnus McGilded. Just before his code was deposited at Windibank's, McGilded had fatally stabbed Mr. Mason Milverton. So the blood on that overcoat is the blood of the brickmaker from the omnibus case.
Objection!
Omnibus? Well, the dead cannot speak. Isn't that right, my Nipponese friend?
Sorry?
2 months ago, in this very courtroom, did you not argue fervently for McGilded's innocence? And yet, now that the man is dead, you brand him as a murderer.
That's fine. We're allowed to change your opinion.
Yeah, we had this whole conversation. Yo, there's another glass gone. Oi. Your conduct shatters any shred of respect you may have earned for yourself in this country.
Ah, but that was...
I call it a bally disgrace. Treachery, that's what it is. How to determine whether the blood on that coat is 2 months old or not?
Yeah.
Yeah, even a stereoscope couldn't help the answer to that problem pop out. It can't be done.
But we used Mr. Sholmes especially for...
Mr. Sholmes is a detective, not a chemist. Would you put such faith in a chemical formula devised by me, for example, when I'm a communications officer? They held out Piroshki, the starving boy, and he ran away crying. Sherlock Sholmes is barely more than a figment of the public's imagination. His name carries no weight in this courtroom. No weight at all.
How could you say that?
Victory is sweet indeed. This proves that my testimony is the whole truth, from start to finish.
How do you arrive at such a conclusion, sir?
As the witness said, the accused's coat was spattered with the blood of the victim. The only way Mr. Graydon could possibly have known that fact is if he saw it happen. Yeah, and I think he did see it happen. I thought he saw it happen in the omnibus.
Yeah.
In other words, his testimony is solid, and the conclusion is singular. It was the accused who shot the victim in this case. That is the whole truth.
Ah! Yeah, I don't believe this. My lord?
My lord, been a long battle this one, but this old warhorse has something to say now, if you please.
Didn't mean to do that. Mr. Foreman?
As of this moment, sir, the squadron has reached its final decision. Ready, men? All for one now? I feel like this should not be legal.
Sir.
Guilty.
Oh, they do this.
Guilty. Guilty.
Guilty.
Guilty.
Guilty.
Do you know what time it is? Summation examination time.
Oh god. Well, it would appear the ladies and gentlemen of the jury have reached an unanimous verdict. Oh, he just quickly poured himself a new one.
He did, didn't he? Just pull that out.
Woo!
The defense has consistently failed to unpick this witness's testimony.
Before Sholmes shows
There's
up in the
a final
final
deduction. I would
I
pay
hope so.
good
I hope
money
we-
for that
yeah,
right
same.
now. With
This
extra
is
disc,
awesome.
hopefully.
Yeah.
Here's to any attempt you may make at unpicking the jurors' decisions being equally successful.
Ah! I don't believe it. After I've come so far. How is it all unraveling on me so fast? Rigged system.
Yeah, very. How very distressing to be held in such low esteem.
Ah, there he is!
Oh! Wouldn't you agree, Mr. Naruhodo?
Oh! Oh! He disguised himself as the bailiff!
Ah.
Officer, you've delivered the report now. That will be all, thank you.
It occurs to me with some regularity, Mr. Naruhodo, that scientific truths are determined not by science, but by none other than the human mind.
I hear that voice. Am I going mad?
I
Oh,
see
he
he's
got
grown
nice.
some eyes.
Oh my god, this looks so dumb. Mr. Shones! What is the meaning of this? Oh my god, look at his little leggy. Order, order, order!
What business do you have here, detective? The last I heard, you were recuperating in hospital. As well I would be, had I not been set upon an errand.
I mean,
I like he's grown. Just the bailiff has now just grown.
yeah.
What errand?
Hurley, it's really you! You're awake at last!
And back on the coffee. I saw the coffee, you
Taller
see?
than toothpaste okay, it's true. It is the coffee is making him grow
Yeah.
into a tall, strong young
Yeah,
man.
he is taller than Toothpaste McGiggert.
Yes. Yes, good day, Iris. I appear to be rather late to rise. My apologies. Now, my lord, if you will humour me,
In what manner, sir?
I have something of great importance I wish to give to the young lawyer over there.
Fucking flip
I
on
need
the hat.
no more than 5 minutes. Would you be so kind as to spare us the time?
What say you to this, Lord Funzeeks? Fuck off, no.
Quite. This trial has taken many hours of the court's time, having spent so long already. Exactly! Having spent so long already, we don't want to go wasting any more precious time! As I was saying, having spent so long already, it would seem churlish to deny the defence a mere 5 minutes.
Very well then, counsel. Yeah, 5 minutes. Oh, he changed outfit again!
So he did, well done. I like to think that he just stripped naked in front of the entire court.
Yeah, he would.
My dear fellow, I apologise for my tardy arrival.
Mr. Shones, are you alright now?
All right, I'm all wrong.
Sorry?
I've only just managed to summon the strength to stand, man. I asked the judge for 5 minutes. But I fear even that may prove too much for me. Pray forgive me, should I pass out?
Let's make this discussion as short as possible.
Hurley, this place is full of idiots. None of them can see how wonderful your chemical blood analysis is.
Especially like Yakuza style.
Yeah,
fling
fling
off
of the
coat.
coat, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Ah, well, that concoction of mine was really just a bit of sport to assist me in my investigations.
See if he's taking in some caffeine.
Yep, a little bit of caffeine just in the middle of the courtroom. I never took the trouble to refine it for appraisal by the scientific community. An oversight on my part.
Right. Modesty. Surely not.
Not enough of that. I'm here to give you this, my dear fellow.
Well, that's very color coded, isn't it? Whose colors are those?
Well, Suzato-san gave
Yes.
that to us, obviously.
Yeah. What's
It's
that?
lunch.
Lavender furoshiki wrapping
A leaving present from Miss Suzato.
from Mrs. Otto.
I
It's
hope
the
it is
colors of it!
If possible, matters were to be settled without me giving you this. Those were her instructions when she asked me to do her this favour.
I don't understand.
Miss Suzato foresaw today's events, I believe. She knew that the culprit would attempt to escape justice by means both devious and underhand, and that you, Mr. Naruhodo, fighting fairly as you are wont to do, would find yourself in considerable peril.
The fuck is just...
At that very moment of crisis, you were to be given this small parcel.
That's right.
As long as it's not a small
donuts.
box. Yeah. Those were the dear lady's instructions. Yeah, it's a box of donuts, obviously. Delicious jam donuts.
A leaving present from Suzato-san. Whatever could it be? Oh. Oh, it's the hole.
It's the hole maker.
Yeah! But what's this?
What?
Oh! It's the machine I made!
Ah!
Look, I use this. It's my latest invention.
What? What is that?
I call it the cat flapper mat. It can make a cat flap for a little furry friend like Waggy in seconds.
Flashback noises. Yeah.
What's Susie up to?
Miss Susato muttered the following words before she left. I'm a failure. I don't deserve to be a judicial assistant.
What? Didn't she say something like that? You really are the best judicial assistant in the world.
Well, that's extremely flattering. But I'm sorry to say that I've been a complete failure.
Flashback noises.
Whatever did she mean by that, Mr. Sholmes?
That night, when you left Winterbanks in pursuit of the thieves, Miss Susato made use of this contraption for a certain purpose. That is your answer, dear fellow.
Did she make the fucking
She
peep-
cannot possibly have made the peephole and
Oh my
put
God.
hinges in and put a little doorknob on it.
Well,
And put a little freaking doorknob on it. No.
not at all cryptic then.
What- Does the machine do the doorknob? Because the cat flaps don't tend to have doorknobs.
That is true.
But
Susanna
also-
used this cat flapomatic that night. Sorry, cat flapomat that night, but why?
I don't think
Why the fuck?
that would imply that. Oh yeah, she said that he was shot when he was running in, and she locked the door after him, right?
Yes.
Gina.
Yeah, she did.
Therefore, the only gun that was in the room was the gun that we've established wasn't used in the murder.
Yeah. Because, yeah, it was the empty gun. Yeah. Well,
That would be why there's no hole present in the photographs. Because there was no flap in the door.
oh yeah. This is why we were going
And the
crazy.
curtain was drawn across the door when we were in the pawnbrokery in the beginning. I remember because when I looked back,
Yeah.
there's no freaking flap. That's why we can't see the stupid flap. 1:30 a.m. there's a flap in the door, and at 1 o'clock there bloody isn't. And how did we not notice that? We were looking at that. There's a flap where there used to be no flap before. Why does the machine put a little fucking doorknob on there? Your 5 minutes is over. Cat flaps don't have knobs.
We're out of time already?
Yeah, we've been wondering why we couldn't see the flap in some of the photos, and that.
It didn't occur to me that would be because we had to deal with an automatic cap flapo.
I mean, I should have guessed. I was kind of half wondering why it was relevant. And then I was like, I wonder if Iris lent it to the pawnbroker so that he could make a flap in the door
Mm-hmm.
for some reason.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I mean? But it didn't occur to me that that was... I'm grateful to you for affording us that brief recess, Mr. Reaper. I need no thanks, Detective. After all, the die is cast. Is it really? The jurors are unanimous in their leanings. No doubt my learned friend will consider a summation examination. But any attempt to alter the verdict now would be utterly futile. I wonder. Mr. Naruhodo,
Yes?
the rest is down to you, dear fellow. What's your plan?
The rest is down to me. I need to be careful here. If I make a wrong move, the trial will end badly. Okay, here we go. Everybody's anxiety, I will say.
Thank you.
Have safe.
Good job.
My lord, the defense requests a summation examination, further cross-examination, and time to think. Do we want to cross-examinate and then point out that the fucking flap
Yeah.
wasn't there?
Yeah. Maybe. Yeah, I think.
Yeah, a further cross-examination.
Yeah.
Further
Yeah, it was
cross-examination.
paused, wasn't it? Yes,
Yeah.
I had forgotten instantly because I'm sleepy.
Fun seeks.
Holy. The jurors have spoken. Protocol dictates that you may not cross-examine a new witness now.
The defense is not asking for the cross-examination of a new witness, rather to continue with the one of an existing witness.
What? It would appear that a rather important detail has escaped your attention, Mr. Reaper. Flashback noises.
My lord.
My lord. Requesting your lordship's permission to interrupt the cross-examination.
Thank you, officer. Very well. The cross-examination is hereby temporarily suspended. I presume you have no objection, counsel? No, my lord.
Flashback noises end.
So nobody can say anything then. If Bruno asks to resume his cross-examination of Mr. Graydon,
The court is obliged to allow it.
this is absurd.
Eat shit, Fanzines. I would remind those present that this is my courtroom. I concur that the defense is entirely within its right to request a continuation of the cross-examination. However, I will not permit an unremitting protraction of these proceedings. Therefore, I have decided to afford the defense one final opportunity in concluding the cross-examination. Oh shit. Counsel, you must choose but one statement from the witness's testimony and but one piece of evidence to present in support of your argument against it. Okay. Okay, I'm doing extra safe. Okay. Okay, we still have one life. Okay.
Okay.
A single chance to present evidence. If following that the situation remains unchanged, I shall move to adjudication.
Adjudication.
Thank you. Is that clear, counsels? You will not press the witness any further.
My lord.
Yes, my lord.
A single statement and a single piece of evidence. Most generous.
This is stressful.
Well then, Mr. Naruhodo, it's high time I fell in a dead faint. I leave this in your capable hands.
Thud. Mr. Sholmes! Sorry, Mr. Sholmes! That's what I should be saying.
Yes. I like how we pan out and he's just disappeared. Not even a corpse.
To stand so in... What the fuck is that word?
Insouciantly.
Insouciantly before the court in a state of such high fever. Either the man has extraordinary strength of mind or an extraordinary lack of feeling.
No. It's the third option. It's the caffeine. I imagine he's feeling very little now. The detective is sleeping soundly in one of the antechambers. And the Skulkins have disappeared twice. Yeah, well, they're just...
They just step aside.
Yeah.
Strike a man when he's down, why don't you? Well then, counsel, are you fully prepared? No. I am not. Yes. One statement, one piece of evidence. Okay, fine, I'll save again. I don't want to have to sit through all this if we get it wrong.
No.
I won't let Mr. Sholmes down. Or Iris.
Yeah, we know it's got to be the hole maker.
Yeah.
And I guess he's only talked about the hole one time. The flap.
And I won't waste this final chance that Susato-san has given me. This is going to decide the entire outcome of the trial. Very well then, under the terms I have outlined, you may resume the cross-examination. This is a good place to actually save.
Yeah.
The moment of the shooting.
Again!
Oop. Okay, so. Alright. Ooh, epic music.
Okay,
Well,
so
this
you were
ruffian
still near the
sort-
entrance to the shop. That seems
That's
not.
I'll
Yeah,
sharpen in my
okay.
arm, that's fine. He shuts himself in the storeroom. I can see him through the people on the door.
I think that's got to be it, right?
Pretty freaking sure. It has to be this one.
Yeah.
I'm gonna so we're gonna go
It's in
through.
the- yeah, like I swear that the reason he knows that the coat's covered in blood is because he saw the murder.
Yeah.
Or he murdered his dad. One of the two. So that's
Yeah.
how he knows that the coat's covered in blood, but it's not from this bit.
Yeah.
It has to be this, and it has
Yeah,
to
I'm just
be...
gonna go through this one more time. Saw the
Yeah.
blood splattered. Yeah, that's basically the thing. Tossed the
Yeah.
gun out of the peephole.
I mean, yeah, okay, fine. He makes 2 mentions of the peephole, but I think I could see him through the peephole is... Oh, I don't know. I think that has to be it, though, right?
I'm gonna examine this.
Thanks a bundle, Susato-san. But yes, good idea. Because, you know, maybe it can put little knobs on doors too. And stuff.
Ah!
Oh my god!
Ah! Whoa! Those vicious teeth look like they could rip through almost anything.
They're good, aren't they? They're made of a special alloy I developed just for this job.
This could be a murder weapon.
This could easily be.
The cutter rotates 10 times per second, so it can get through any kind of door in no time at all.
Did he make the hole to shoot the guy?
What? No, Susato used this.
I know. Oh yeah, and what are the 2 parts at the top there?
Ah, those are for attaching hinges
Uh-huh.
to the section of door that gets cut out.
Yeah. Right. Of course.
Nothing can match this machine for power. It can make mincemeat of even the toughest of doors.
But where did the little knob come from, Iris?
It sounds so charming and friendly when you say what it's for, but it feels like the reality of the cat flapper-mat is that it's a grim weapon of door destruction.
Wagahai's so adorable. There's nothing I wouldn't do for him, even developing deadly weapons.
I'm terrified of this thing.
And what of the knob? But yeah, it's horrifying.
Well, she's like, yeah, okay, so the hinges. But where does the knob come from?
Yeah, where does the knob come from, Iris? What about the knob?
I don't think there's anything else, like. This is terrifying mimic-esque looking.
Yeah,
ass.
right?
It's kind of like a really look at it. It's got
Yeah.
even like little eyeballs here.
Like a really angry
Like-
frog.
Yeah.
Kind of looks like an Animal Crossing villager.
Yeah, maybe it was already on the door. Yeah.
Maybe?
It's not
You
here.
can't see it in the other photo either, the knob, I don't think. Can't see Winterbanks' knob.
Look, there's clearly. Look.
Yeah, there's clearly
There's
a flap here, yeah.
Yeah, and it's not on the other one.
And it's not in the other one. Yeah, we've already covered
Yeah.
that. Come on.
Yeah,
come on,
yeah. I
come
was
on.
just confirming before I went off with like the incorrect. Anyway,
Well, I assume that's gotta be it. But
I could see him through the people on the door though.
on the other hand, we present the photograph that shows that the peephole's not there. But he's had one piece of evidence, so it's gotta be the cat flapper mat, right? I just
We
don't
can
know what
press him and then no, isn't it? We can press him on one path. Right? We can press him once.
and present one piece of evidence.
Wait, hold on. You said no pressing. Oh, that was it.
No,
Okay, so just presenting.
No pressing,
Okay.
just presenting.
In which case, we're just gonna present this and pray, right? Unless it's not the actual cat flapper mat and it's just the lack of
Well, we've saved, so just use the cat flapper mat.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, throwing a gun through it's kind of daft, but... Because it would need to be opened.
I'm just gonna go present.
It would just go in his face.
What on earth is that eccentric contraption, Council?
Oh, it's my cat flapper mat, my lord. It makes a way for cats to get in and out of a room. It can cut through any door you can think of and make a new little door in the middle of it.
That's right, my lord. It's a device for creating so-called cat flaps. The cheery music starts playing. Small doors for cats to come and go as they please, and
Without their owners having to leave the
yeah.
bar. I'm sure we can all work that out for ourselves.
Oh,
But that cat lover's contrivance has no possible relevance to this case.
oh really?
Of course it doesn't. To start with, there was no cat flap in the pawnbroker's door.
Not being a keeper of cats myself, I'm afraid I fail to see what this has to do with the matter at hand. Perhaps it would help if I described its function another way then. This contraption is able to create a peephole in any door you can imagine in practically no time at all. I beg your pardon? A peephole, you say? 2 nights ago, we arrived at the scene only minutes after the murder of Mr. Winterbank had taken place.
That's right. According to the paperwork at the yard, it was you, your Japanese assistant, and Sholmes.
Yes, the 3 of us worked together, and it's recently come to my attention that my assistant made use of this device at the time.
Your
Your assistant did what? There's a peephole in the storeroom door. I can attest to that. Because I looked through the peephole myself in order to see inside the locked storeroom.
This is ludicrous. What are you trying to say? Of course there was a peephole in the door. I said as much in my testimony. How else could I have witnessed the crime, for pity's sake?
Yes, how could you?
What?
Counsel, kindly say what you mean. Alright, it's time to strike the final blow. Let me show the photo. What I mean is this, my lord. My assistant made the peephole in the storeroom door, and until such time as she did, the door had no hole in it to look through. Finally, we fucking got to that as well.
No hole.
What?
No! No! Sorry.
Objection!
I also like the fact she was just carrying it around, apparently casually.
Apparently,
like-
well, I guess she had it in her hand because she'd just been showing it to us, right?
Mm.
this is a farce. Are you really suggesting that the peephole in the door was...
Yes, it was created only after the incident had taken place by my judicial assistant using this device. I suggest judicial your assistant tampered with the crime scene, as being fully aware of the gravity of her actions. This is a most serious act of vandalism, for which I humbly apologize, my lord. It was in a few minutes that I left the scene in order to pursue the Skulkin brothers and alert the police. Nevertheless, in the light of this new information, it becomes apparent that Mr. Graydon's testimony is riddled with holes. And they're not
Just
from
one
this.
hole, actually.
Riddled with. Explain yourself, counsel. The majority of Mr. Graydon's testimony that appears to incriminate the defendant is based upon what he witnessed through the peephole in the storeroom door.
Yes, that filthy girl shooting the man in the back.
However, if at the time of the incident that peephole did not yet exist in the door, there's no possible way that you could have seen what you claim to have seen. In short, your entire testimony is a pack of lies.
Oh!
Order, order, order! Is there any credence in this credence? Yeah, in this revelation?
Objection.
Words escape me.
You're good. You're doing good.
Skulkins were back, yeah.
None whatsoever. as my learned friend must surely realise. Exactly. This is just some cheap trick designed to discredit me.
Photo. I'm afraid not, sir.
Of course it is. Do you seriously expect people to believe that plaything can cut through a solid wooden door?
Oh, yes! I designed it to be very powerful. It can cut through even the toughest of doors.
That's absurd. I don't believe it for a second.
I had a feeling you'd say that.
What?
Froggy! Cooey! Time for dinner!
Oh god, the mouse.
She's vandalised the Old Bailey.
Well?
Oh!
Young lady, this is the Old Bailey. One does not make a cat flap in the oak panelling at the Old Bailey.
I'm not done yet, don't worry. This doesn't mean that the peephole in the storeroom door at Windibanks was made by your machine. And there's no way that you can prove that it was. Oh, we can. Oh, we can.
No, but it's easy.
What?
The cat flaps my cat flapperman creates are all of a fixed size. And the dimensions of the peephole at Windibanks are an exact match.
Oh!
Oh, Silky's lost for words.
Excellent work, Iris. Thank you.
And now it's my learned student's friend. And now it's my learned student friend's turn to be lost for words, I feel. I believe your judicial assistant has already left the country for your Eastern Island home.
Well, yes, that's true.
Then you may have some difficulty in establishing all of the facts.
Never seemed to bother you with anything else
No,
again.
quite. For the sake of argument, let us assume the peephole has dimensions that are a perfect fit for this contraption. In that case, when was the peephole cut? The prosecution demands proof of your answer. We have it, we have it, we have it, we have it.
What is the purpose of your line of inquiry, Lord Van Zieks?
It's very simple, my lord. The defense argues that the peephole was created after the incident using this device. But now that the perpetrator has returned to her native land, she cannot testify to the fact. There is no proof. And for as long as the defense remains unable to prove when the peephole was made, my learned friend's claim amounts to nothing more than a baseless accusation.
Shut the fuck up, Van Zieks. Indeed, that is so, Lord Van Zieks. Well, counsel,
Don't give up now, Runo. This is the time to create your own opening and force your way through.
Okay, Iris.
I don't know if I can do this, but I do know one thing. Susato-san is the greatest judicial assistant in the world. Very well. The counsel for the defense will present evidence to support the claim made. Prove that the peephole in the door at Windibank's storeroom was created after the event and not before. Yes,
I
this
assume
one
we
isn't
pull out the first photo, yeah.
Can I present this?
Take that!
What are you? A print from that detective's infernal cameras? Again?
Our judicial assistant, Miss Susato Mikotoba. Is it Mikotoba? Yes. Is an extremely intelligent and capable woman, which is why I never had any cause to doubt that she would have considered this scenario and made sure I had the necessary proof.
Greatest assistant, tampering with evidence while I wasn't looking, yeah.
Yeah. And the necessary proof is this photographic print, counsel. This print shows a scene in the shop moments after the defendant entered the premises.
Agreed. And it also shows the accused mercilessly wielded a gun in the direction of the defenseless broker.
But more to the point, it pictures the storeroom door in the background. Let me see the print again. I don't believe it! This really is quite remarkable. The door to the storeroom is completely devoid of a peephole of any description.
Oh.
Mr. Graydon, you couldn't possibly have witnessed the crime as you claim to have done, because at the time it happened, there was no peephole in the door.
Ah.
In other words, your testimony is a catalogue of lies.
No. Ah! It's broken his nose. And now he's upright again. And we love a breakdown, don't we?
Order! I am satisfied the defense has substantiated its claim beyond all reasonable doubt. This witness's testimony was entirely fallacious.
That's not the only thing we now know beyond all reasonable doubt. My learned friend's assistant's guilt can no longer be denied. The woman tampered with a crime scene.
Dude.
But more importantly,
Good lord, there's more, Lord Van Zieks.
the defense may have established a reprehensible instance of perjury. But that is no proof that this man is the victim's killer. Yes, that's right.
What?
I was there at the scene, it's true. And I was shot in the arm, it's true, but that's all. Yes, in fact, if you look at the circumstances, I am the victim here.
Oh, please, no! I don't believe this. But you're right, as it stands now, I don't have any definite proof that he is the culprit.
Still, he can't worm his way out of it now.
Iris?
You know what they say. There's no point locking the cat's door after the cat's bolted. Isn't that right, Bruno? As Hurley always says. One lie begets another. No, wait. That might have been a line I wrote for him in one of my stories.
Well, no matter who said it first, you're right. Mr. Graydon, not only did you give false testimony to the court, but the lies you have told make no sense.
Make no sense? What do you mean by such a remark?
What you said in your testimony reveals that you know something you shouldn't have known. In other words, there is a fundamental inconsistency in your testaments.
Statements.
Statements.
What?
Objection.
I think.
This is provocative talk, counsel. Won't you enlighten the court? Explain this alleged inconsistency.
Iris was right. One lie begets another.
Surely the fact that he couldn't have known about the code.
Yeah, that should be enough! The inconsistency is revealed by the lies in the witness's statements. They show that Mr. Graydon had knowledge of something he shouldn't have known anything about, namely the peephole. What I was gonna say.
Bloodstains on the coat at least
Yeah.
is there.
Yeah, because that's really it. Because there's no way he could have known this.
Yeah.
The bloodstains that were present on Miss Lestrange's coat.
That's right. The victim's blood spattered all over her when she shot him.
But how could you possibly have known that?
Obviously, because I saw her do it through the peephole in the
The point is not that you lied in your testimony, Mr. Graydon. It's the nature of the lie you concocted that is so revealing.
You're not making any sense.
Then let me ask you a simple question. How is it, Mr. Grayton, that you knew of the existence of the peephole in the storeroom door?
What? Well, obviously Has
the cat got your tongue, witness? Sorry. The peephole in the door was made after the incident occurred, and once I returned to the shop having failed to catch the 2 burglars, Scotland Yard's investigators arrived immediately. Since that time, the police have been at Winterbanks constantly, carrying out their investigation. Isn't that right, Inspector Gregson?
Well, yes, of course. Place is chock full of pawned articles and me lads have to thoroughly examine them all. So I gave the order to have officers working around the clock in shifts, so we get through it all.
And consequently, there's no way that you, Mr. Graydon, could have gained access to the shop? Therefore, you should have known nothing about the peephole in the storeroom door. So the fact that its existence forms the basis of your testimony is completely inexplicable.
Objection!
And yet, the fact remains that Mr. Graydon did maintain that he witnessed the crime take place through the peephole in the door.
How on earth is that possible?
Could I have a word, please, Lord Van Zakes? Speak, Inspector. It's just that I really ought to be getting back to the station now to put in my report. There's really nothing more I can add to this testimony, so if it's all the same to you... Permission denied. Oh. It's not at all the same to me, Inspector. Not at all. Not all the same. Not... You will remain exactly where you are until this trial concludes. Of course, sir.
Mr. Graydon, you shouldn't have known about the existence of that peephole. Which can only mean that you must have been informed about it by somebody else.
Objection!
Stop there, my learned friend. You realise, I trust, that the words you just uttered have extremely serious implications.
Yes. But the defense believes that the details about the case that Mr. Graydon claims to have seen must have been revealed to him by a certain person before his testimony. And in fact, considering a particular clue we have, there's really only one person that could be. It's the judge. Who is the person in question, counsel?
Naturally.
Who gave the witness details of the crime scene to facilitate this false testimony?
I mean, it has to be Gregson, right?
Yeah, they've had like a little conversation,
yeah,
and he's being
exactly.
sussy. Otherwise, it would be Strongheart.
I can't believe he's actually sussy. You know?
Take that!
No. The truth is, it can only have been you, Inspector Gregson.
Hey, me?
Objection!
You had better have some proof to substantiate such a rash claim, my learned friend.
Consider the fact that we have only been aware of Mr. Ashley Graydon's identity for the last few hours. We learned all of it during the course of the trial today. Indeed, preparations for his testimony were made with great urgency during our hour-long recess, while the police executed the subpoena and brought the man here from the communications station. And until that time, Mr. Graydon would have had no idea, no inkling, that he would suddenly be required to appear in court. Are you suggesting that until such time as he was summoned? Yes, my lord. Until then, it's reasonable to assume he knew nothing of the peephole. It was only once Mr. Graydon was in the stand that he realized his position. then he would have to defend himself against the accusation that he was the third intruder.
You're suggesting to the court that it was while this trial was in progress that he received the information so that he could commit perjury in order to save his skin?
Exactly. And the only person with knowledge of the investigation that he had any contact with is you, Inspector Gregson.
This is a bloomin' outrage. Why would I be giving away details of our investigations to this fella, eh? I was summoned to his lordship's chambers during the recess in any case. Had you forgotten that?
Quite true. I had a number of questions regarding the events that transpired at the pawnbrokery.
Which means the first time these two laid eyes on one another was after proceedings resumed following the recess.
They were whispering like little...
Since then, they've been in full view in the stand where such illicit discussions couldn't possibly have occurred. Except we literally interrupted them and asked them if there was anything they wanted to share with the class.
Oh, I've just remembered something, Bruno.
What is it, Iris?
There was one time before, wasn't there? I think it was when Ginny was testifying.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Now you mention it. When the bailiff was dispatched to retrieve Mr. McGilder's music box from the scene of the crime. That's it. It was during that testimony. I do like the fact that in case it has been a little while, the game does go like, I remember finding it strange at the time. Did everybody just have like collective amnesia about it?
Yeah.
Mr. Graydon and the inspector seemed to be having some kind of secret discussion.
Nice that they were so subtle about it,
Yeah.
though.
Yeah.
But like, what the fuck is the purpose of this?
It would have been possible for you to give Mr. Graydon the information he needed then.
You little toe rag, you're making this all up. I'm a respectable Scotland Yard inspector, for crying out loud. Why would I do something like that? Why would I be giving away confidential details to the likes of this bloke?
Admittedly, you would have had any reason to do something like that for no gain. But perhaps it was part of a deal of some kind. Then it starts to make more sense.
What deal, Counsel?
I wonder if perhaps in exchange for details about the peephole at the crime scene, Mr. Graydon agreed to give a certain something to the inspector. Yeah. I'm sure I need not remind the inspector that, if found to be true, striking a deal of any kind with a witness would be considered a gross course of malfeasance. Thank you.
Well, I
Objection!
It's becoming clear that jumping in with accusations is this Nipponese student's specialty.
I don't do that.
But with the stakes so high, the prosecution is not prepared to listen to baseless charges. It's incumbent on the defence now to present evidence in support of this diabolical claim. Do you think Gregson shuffled it off to someone else when he was strangling the tall Skulkin? It's a good point, actually.
Oh yeah.
He did randomly strangle him after all, didn't he?
Yeah,
Maybe
he
he
did.
slipped it in his pocket or something.
Yeah. Evidence?
Just what are you proposing that the inspector demanded of the witness in return? The court must see proof of this alleged deal.
If Inspector Gregson really did strike a deal with Mr. Graydon, then logically there's only one thing he could have asked for. That must be it.
Bruno, do you think it could be...
Yes. It's the missing link that will join all the dots together in this puzzle. I must press for your answer now, Counsel. Sorry. What evidence explains the nature of the alleged deal that Inspector Gregson made with the witness? Why is it not a multiple choice answer? I think it's honestly...
It probably is this, but...
has to be the second disc, surely.
Has to be.
Hold on, I'll save first so we don't have to worry.
What, the first disc, do you think?
Yeah, I'm tempted to just present this and hope. Oh no, what? It overshot!
Oh dear, what did you accidentally?
It went to the other item.
What is that? The bullet.
What do you have to say for yourself?
Or did we accidentally do the music box? Rather than the bullet.
Dear me, it would appear this answer is no, but yeah, that's what I thought. Hold on, I'm gonna reload because
What is that supposed to?
it's he doesn't respond to it at all.
Oh, okay, fair.
I'm just gonna reload it because it did go to the
Oh, it's the cat flap
yeah.
maker. Oh, whoops.
There we go, can I please present this?
Yeah, whoopsies.
There we go, that's what it's
Try
supposed
that
to
one
be!
instead.
Inspector Gregson. Besides this murder, is it not true that you've been working on another very important case?
What are you getting at now, sunshine? Yeah, my bad.
Is it possible that this other top secret case is what's alluded to in this newspaper article here? The classified secrets being leaked overseas from the Ministry of Justice.
I don't know, Aggie's been cooked
And everybody
already.
knows.
He's scrambled. Anna bleeding Nora, could you?
We discovered during the course of this trial the music box deposited at Windibanks by Magnus McGilded, a special music box designed to play 2 discs at once. It would seem very likely now that encoded on the pair of discs that were in McGilded's possession are the leaked classified secrets.
Magnus McGriddle, yes. Perfect.
Oop. Sorry. So, I put it to you, Inspector, that in order to recover the second of the disc containing the discs containing those secrets, you covertly made a deal with Mr. Graydon, in which you exchanged the disc for details of the case.
You little... Oh!
People do it all the time. You should be fine for that, like, you know.
Yeah, right?
Order!
Made a deal with him
Order! Order!
to get government information.
Yeah.
Hopefully for the government and not against, but you know.
On the day of the incident, when we met you at Windibanks, you said this.
I'll be taking that, whatever it is, of McGilded's down to the yard. Thank you very much. So hand it over. I think you're right. I think Gregson probably did hand the disc off already. I can't speak.
No, don't give it to him. It's mine, that is mine.
I'm sorry, miss. But anything belonging to McGilded has to be taken in as evidence now.
Yeah.
Flashback noises.
Scotland Yard already knew that at the time, isn't that right? That Magnus McGilded was involved in stealing of government secrets.
My orders were recover the medium used to convey the secrets leaked from the ministry and do it on the QT. Strictly hush-hush. And that explains why, when I presented this disc as evidence to the court, you objected so heavily, I presume. Because you knew that it contained highly confidential information. Blimey, not likely. I mean, I wasn't that sure of it myself. I realised there was a possibility, that's all.
Inspector, surely you're not saying that in order to acquire the second of these music box discs, you did indeed reveal confidential details of the crime scene to the witness? To aid and abet? This man in giving false testimony? There's no other way that Mr. Grayson could have known of the existence of the peephole. It's the only explanation. A deal was struck between those 2 men.
No gar.
It's raining chips.
Objection!
I'll eat the floor chip.
Yes, okay. That's fine. If, and I stress if, this sobering assertion turns out to be founded in truth, it would mean that the second disc is, as we speak, here in this very courtroom.
Wait, what? In this room? How could you possibly make a claim like that?
Because Inspector Gregson is a Scotland Yard detective.
What?
What's that supposed to mean, eh? As a seasoned policeman, the inspector will have approached his alleged deal with caution. Certainly, he would not have accepted a gentleman's agreement in this matter. No, he would have insisted on having the article agreed upon in the palm of his hand.
Good gracious, then you mean to say Inspector Gregson already has the item in question in his possession? He has the second disc actually on his person?
Nah.
What do you think?
Well, I think chat's
Yes.
correct. So, I think he's handed it off.
Yeah, I think he has handed it off. The defense demands that the inspector is searched at once.
Definitely. They could only have struck a deal with each other when Ginny was testifying before. And Grexy hasn't moved from the witness stand since.
But then also the Skulkin brothers shifted out of the way earlier on as well, don't forget.
Yeah,
Do you notice that they'd gone?
that's true. My lord, please, order an examination of his personal effects immediately. Well, Inspector? He's gonna be like, sure, go for it.
This young lad wants to tone down his imagination. He's insulted me and my profession quite enough. However, if it'll put this matter to bed and dispel any doubts about my involvement, then I'll happily submit to a body search.
Bend over. What?
Yeah,
Don't
that's such
agree
a...
to it?
I don't have it go on, for sure. I presume you're aware of the precipice on which you now teeter, my learned student friend. You've made a most serious allegation against Scotland Yard here. If, following the search of the inspector's personal effects, no disc is found, you will be deemed unfit for court service. This trial will end, and my country's government will formally demand of yours that you are severely reprimanded.
That sounds serious. Indeed. To have a visiting student make such a defamatory remark about our country's most senior police force is not something Her Majesty's government will be able to overlook.
You're just threatening Rune because you're scared.
The accusation is beyond serious. You must be prepared for grave consequences.
Yeah, but I have the power of save games on my side. It's true.
Yeah.
I can't imagine Gregson would have accepted a gentleman's agreement for something so critical. The disc must have physically changed hands, which means the inspector should have it. But somehow, something doesn't feel quite right here. Very well counselled. You know the implications, so let me ask you one final time. Yes, my lord, I will say. Because I'm 99% sure that we'll get on the right path here. Do you still persist in formally requesting a search of the inspector's personal effects? Search him, search someone else, and withdraw the press. Search someone else.
Yeah, definitely Tallbrow.
Yeah. Yes, the defense formally demands the search be conducted. Well.
Don't say you weren't warned. But your typical Nipponese stubbornness may well land you in hot water this time. Perhaps the lesson will do you some good. Fair enough. I've got nothing to hide.
Very well then. Bailiff, conduct a search of the inspector's personal effects, please. The defense demands a search, but not of the Inspector Gregson.
It's very serious to accuse one of the Skulkin brothers of receiving stolen property. Yes,
Yeah.
I know, right? Absolutely outrageous. What? Now, what's all this? I'm the one you're accusing, aren't I? I thought you
Also-
wanted to search me.
No, Inspector, not you. Somebody else.
What's the meaning of all this, eh? Lost it at last, have you, sunshine? The court shouldn't have to put up with this nonsense. You're being completely irrational.
Quiet, all of you. That's Iris.
Oh, be quiet, all of you. Bruno's doing what you all told him to do and having the courage of his convictions. So you should respect that and listen to what he has to say in good faith. Because that's the British way.
Oh, it's not. But, you know, let's pretend. Let's pretend in fictional British land that is indeed the British way.
Well said, young lady. Indeed, this court is in awe of the defense counsel's conviction and eagerly awaits his next words.
And we never do anything the opposite way, ever.
Yeah, right. You what? Now, don't be hasty, my lord.
If I'm not mistaken about the things I've seen in court today, I'm fairly sure that I know who has the disc at the moment. There's only one person it can be. Counsel, of whom do you request a search now? Get carefully. There he is!
I hope it's him.
Look at his little face!
Yeah.
Present.
Take that!
Of my lord, Mr. Nash Skulkin. Well, I never!
Hey, blimey. Me?
Very well then, bailiff. Restrain the witness and conduct a thorough research of his personal affairs.
Wow. Sexy. Please, my lord.
Inspector.
Scotland Yard. I asked to object to this search.
Objection!
The Skulkin brothers are great. I
No,
love them
right?
dearly.
They are really entertaining. Unfortunately for you, Inspector, your objections carry no weight here. Eh? In this courtroom, only the prosecution and the defence have the authority to object. But Lord Van Seeks, I have no idea what forces are in play that might influence your actions. But personally, I have no intention of obstructing the course of this trial. Ah.
Bailiff, carry out the search.
Now, hold on a mo. I don't know nothing. No, nothing about no disc. Cut it out! Ah! Oh boy. Okay, pocket. Thank fuck.
Here, my lord, in the witness's pocket.
I'm so happy that
I
it says
found
pocket,
this.
but not his private pocket.
Good lord, that's...
Another music box disc. I don't know nothing about it. Nothing.
That is the second music box disc left behind by Magnus McGilded. Is it not, Inspector Gregson?
Oh. Ah.
Order! 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 Mr. Skulkin, what have you to say for yourself?
Gordon Bennett. I mean, just Gordon Flaming Bennett. I swear I didn't know nothing about that disc. Honest to God.
Counsel, would you please explain what exactly is going on here? The alleged deal was struck between this witness and this detective, no? Without question, my lord. Then, for pity's sake, why on earth was this man in possession of the disc that the inspector traded for information? Inspector Gregson is a shrewd, calculating man who rarely loses his composure. But at one particular point in this trial, he exhibited some unusual behavior for a brief moment. I don't recall. What unusual behavior? It was, yes, during my cross-examination of Mr. Graydon. Tell me, Mr. Graydon, when you left the pawnbrokery that night, was it by any chance with the second disc in your jacket pocket?
I admitted nothing of the sort.
While Mr. Graydon answered my question, the inspector appeared to have grabbed Nash Skulkin by his coat and was shaking him violently.
Yeah, he did and all. Thought me noggin was gonna fall clean off, I did. I was wishing I'd been born as me brother, I was.
And what exactly happened to make the detective attack you like that?
I ain't got a clue. He just suddenly turned and grabbed me whistle like that and started shaking me. Why the blazes didn't you mention the third gun when we got you down the station? That's what he said. Yelled it right down my ear, oh he did. Me head's still throbbing now.
The way the detective behaved then was extremely out of character, but looking back now, it must have been then that he did it. That was the opportunity Inspector Gregson created for himself in order to hide the disc. Well, bless my wig! He hid it?
You.
But I'm afraid I fail to comprehend the motive here. If the detective had acquired the disc he was after, why on earth would he then proceed to hide it in another man's pocket? This is a court of law. He could have submitted the item as evidence.
Please don't hide things in your pockets. I don't like it. It would appear, my lord, that the inspector was not at liberty to do that.
Why ever not?
As the man himself revealed earlier, his current assignment has some special conditions. My orders were recover the medium used to convey the secrets leak from the ministry, and do it on the QT. Strictly hush-hush. Flashback noises.
Hush hush. A top secret assignment, is it?
As far as we're aware, the information stolen comes from confidential government communications. It would seem that if that information were to be revealed in court as evidence, it would be problematic. Does that sum up the situation, Inspector? I'm operating under direct orders from the Ministry. I'm afraid I'm not at liberty to answer that question. So, realising there was a chance you may be searched here in court, you took steps to hide the disc you had acquired from the witness.
Ah, does this mean... He only pretended to attack Mr. Skulkin in order to get close enough to him, to slip the second disc into his pocket. So it was all a pretense. Well now, Inspector Gregson, and you, Mr. Graydon, are you prepared to admit to the accusations made against you in this alleged deal?
Admit to it. Yours truly. Please.
Mr. Graydon!
Clearly our eastern visitor has an uncommonly active imagination. However, there's no proof that I passed that disc to the inspector.
Objection!
But then, how do you explain the reason why you knew about the peephole?
I'm under no obligation to explain.
What?
Yes, I lied in my testimony. That I admit. So sentence me accordingly. But that is all I admit. Murder, leaking government secrets, striking a deal with the detective. All of it is this young Eastern man's fancy. I have no idea what any of that is about.
You... What?
Yeah, I know I've done a crime. I'll just keep lying and that's all you can pin on me, right? Fucking hell, this guy.
Well, what about you then, Inspector Gregson? Do you admit to taking a deal with Mr. Graydon in order to acquire the disc?
Ladies and gents of the jury, as a Scotland Yard inspector, I will declare this and nothing more. I'm acting in the best interests of the country. Whatever I've done, it has been in the name of justice. So, as members of the public of this fine country, I'd like to think that justice will be your guiding light when you're making your decisions.
This is quite a quandary.
Quandary.
Indeed. Rarely have I encountered such extraordinary tumultuousness. Tumultuousness. I hate that word.
One,
In
yes.
the concluding of a trial. Nevertheless, in the absence of any further evidence to be presented, I believe it is time that we put the matter to the jury for their final leanings.
Well now, as a fellow servant of Queen and country, I must say I sympathise with the old inspector.
Yes, he's a dependable man, I'm quite sure. In service, one becomes a good judge of character.
Even crossing your eyes doesn't help when it comes to looking at this case. It's all blurred to me. Well, as a fellow professional, I'd like to put all my faith in the detective, really.
Graydon is highly skilled operator. Stop! Currently in presence of idol. Stop!
The detective has very much trust in ice. More than this, I cannot say.
I don't believe it. Those 6 jurors are... They're going to believe Gregson? If they declare their decisions now.
Is Ginny going to be found guilty?
If I don't manage to produce some definitive evidence right now, we're going to lose. Either some proof that Graydon killed Mr. Winterbank or stole those government secrets, or some evidence to force Gregson into admitting that he struck a deal with the witness.
You could always use Iris to bribe him.
Well then, counsel, I think it is time I imposed on the jurors to declare their final decisions, no? That is, unless you have some compelling evidence you have thus far not presented to the court. I let the judge call on the jurors to announce their leanings. Gina will be found guilty.
So there's no choice then, Bruno. You have to throw some more evidence at them.
This is it now. It has all come down to this. Who do I present evidence against? Gregson or Graydon? Oh.
Did the second disc get put into the evidence?
Yeah, I was just about to check.
No.
No!
But maybe we should investigate the music box again
Yeah.
anyway, just in case. Yeah, we've nothing that can prove Eggy at all. It has to be Gregson,
No.
but I don't know what. Wait, can you click on the inside of the box?
Oh, sorry. So sorry.
Because you...
Yeah. Yeah, I have checked, I think, the inside before, but...
Okay. My
it's
bad
worth a
then.
shot. No, just in case. Because maybe we'll put it in there now. You'd have thought there would be a second movement in the outside of the box. Yeah.
And this movement is like the other one. The comb's teeth are all the same length.
So this movement also produces a single tone like the other one?
Yes, it must do. Except that the length of the teeth on the two combs isn't the same. So the single tone produced by this movement will be different to the single tone we've already heard.
What?
Basically, each movement can only produce a single note. But the
But the notes they produce are different. A music box that can play 2 tones. Sorry, that can only play 2 tones, yeah. I don't think there's anything here.
No. Pick a choice, then present, and the game will have the sense to go, let's play the disc. Yeah, right? The fact that the game didn't is weird to me.
Can't really see. Do we need to go to the jurors? Like, I don't really know what I would be able to present with Gregson.
No, but nor same for Graydon.
Hence, I'm leaning towards to leave it to the
Your
jury.
jury will just go guilty.
Yeah, it's true.
So yeah, definitely not the jury.
Okay, what do we have?
Gregson's the strongest as we have evidence in hand. Sort of. Except we don't have the second disc. for example. I don't know, and I'm stressed.
Sorry, I was just checking. Sorry, I'm just trying to think. I really did not. Oh, yeah, it doesn't even go back that far.
Mm.
Ladies and gentlemen, jury. In the name of justice.
Could be worse. Could be Apollo.
Hmm.
Hmm?
Actually, looking at the time.
Oh.
Do you want to continue? Or do you want to pick up here next time? Because it's going to be a lot more after this.
I feel like, yeah, it's not going to be a case of like, oh, you've got me, hands up, governor.
No.
It is late.
They're going to be horrible. At least this is a cliffhanger. I think so, yes. I really
To be fair, I think we've solved 97% of the omnibus case right now if we don't have any more extra twists.
Yeah. Yeah, I know, Gandalf. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
There's going to be a lot of text after this, even if we get the right answer.
Yeah. So with that in mind, I think this might be a good place to leave it.
Yeah.
Go back into it next time.
And accidentally press the one button, probably.
Yeah.
Whew.
Yeah, I would like to break. No, I'm dying to know what happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Greggy and the music boxy. Yeah. I mean, I think it has to be Greg and either the music box or the disc, but probably the music box because we're going to want to play the disc, but
we'll think about it some more.
It's real difficult. Because, Graydon, we don't have nothing.
No.
We don't have nothing on him.
No. Anyway. So, next week we'll be back. I'm saving one more time. I'm paranoid now. With this wonderful case, and hopefully we'll finally see the end of it.
Maybe.
I think next week we should be able to. I really feel like we're really close
I
to
feel
it
like
now.
we're really, we've broken the back of most of it. But we have, 90% solved what happened to the omnibus, just with a couple of little details that need to fall into place.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah. I agree.
Sorry, Ganondoodles.
The game is long.
We are just mortals.
Yes. But yeah, thank you very much for joining us. And
Yes,
also
thank you.
getting through this case with us.
Yeah.
It's a tricky one, this one.
Yeah. We just need to make sure that we finish in Hot Bus Summer.
Yeah. It's very important that we finish in Hot Bus Summer 2024.
Yeah.
We still have some time.
A little bit.
But yeah. And should we finish next week or something, we'll start with the second game. So.
Yes. Yeah.
It
So we'll be doing Ace Attorney Chronicles for the
For
foreseeable
a little
future.
while. Yeah.
Well then.
Yes.
Thanks for coming to our stream.
Aye.
We really appreciate it.
Yes.
Don't forget, keep the cart in the omnibus that sits in your heart. Or just keep the omnibus in the cart that sits in your heart. Yeah. Like the Omnibus AA. That's like automobile assistance, not like Alcoholics Anonymous. But also maybe both. For funsies, at least. Always remember the Cobbled motto: live, laugh, objection! And until next time. You know what your evening will look like on these days we stream for years to come then? Potentially, yes. Because we also have other Ace Attorney games that they're releasing on Switch. Oops!
I'm not making any promises about
No.
We might as well take a short break sometime.
Yeah, anyway, that.
But this one...
But yeah, there is a second game in the series which we will probably be diving straight into.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Until next time. I hope you'll be well. Good night.
Good night.